Hey, man.
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's time for Kirk Academy Raider football on Star 92. The Kirk Can pregame show now. Remember, go on the drive-in instead of read about it. Kirk Can. The Kirk Can.com. Visiting with Kirk Academy football coach Mike Beagle on the Kirk.
With Kirk Academy football coach Mike Beagle on the Kirk Can pregame show prior to the Raiders' regular season finale against North Delta. And coach, the Raiders are coming off of a nice 19-14 win at home against the Memphis Nighthawks. Of course, it was a battle, and what were your thoughts on that nice W?
First of all, it was great to get a win, get back in the win column, but the resiliency and the fight of our football team for 4 quarters was exciting to see. They were a physical football team and big, and can cause a lot of problems. We obviously didn't run the ball very well, but we flipped it around and threw the ball fairly well in the game for about 223 yards on the night.
Coach, that means there were plenty of bright spots to focus on getting the win. What else stood out to you after reflecting back on that 19-14 win last Friday?
Defensively, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. They have some excellent receivers, great quarterback, and running back. They were also big up front offensively. So we finally got going defensively and kind of shut them down when we needed to help us with the victory. Basically, got shut out in the first half, and then A.J. Wren got us started right away on the kickoff return for 88 yards, which kind of boosted us to get us going in the second half.
What about other offensive leaders that stood out to you last Friday night?
In the passing game, Colbert Hathcock was 12 of 28 for 223 yards. In the rushing game, we were kind of non-existent, which was not very pleasing to me, but I kind of understand kind of the size factor there when you got a 185-pound guard and they got a 310-pound defensive tackle. It's pretty difficult, but Colbert did well at quarterback. Montgomery Ferguson was big on 3 catches for 107 7 yards. Mook Prince, 6 catches for 100. And then Jack Boone made a catch late in the game. He only had 2 catches for 15 yards, but that one catch put us kind of over the top and moved the chains for a first down so we could get in that formation that everybody loves, that victory formation.
Oh, that's a great one, no question about it. Defensively, talk about some of your leaders.
Walker Staten at linebacker had 7 tackles, 4 solos. Clay Taylor in the secondary had 5 tackles, 5 solos. Goss had 5 tackles, 4 solos, but he had a sack that was huge in the game for us at that time. And then Sam Cashaw had 3 solo tackles there. Another guy that kind of stood out that hadn't been playing defense for us, we put in there, he's an offensive tackle, Hartley Dykes, came up big on a couple of tackles in a couple of series there to keep them and force them to punt during a series.
We're visiting with Kirk football coach Mike Beagle here on the Kirk Can pregame show. And Coach, we're headed into game number 9 tonight, the final game of the regular season. Of course, we're in the playoffs, but a lot of different scenarios can happen. Tonight's game also is for a district championship, and a couple of things are pretty much based on the number 12.
Yeah, the point system in our association, based on teams that you play, you get certain points based on how they do, wins and losses throughout the year. And so we're sitting in a situation tonight where we have to be the district champs, we have to win by 12 or more, and to get a first round bye, which is to me really important there, and for us to have a chance. Really, it's a second season for us in regard to this situation, and I think we're ready to play. I just know this, that North Delta is a very physical team, does some things very well offensively. They cause you some problems, and they bring a lot of pressure defensively.
And we'll talk about North Delta in the next segment. But right now, I can tell you we're visiting with Kirk Raider football coach Mike Beagle on the Kirk Can pregame show. And we'll continue after this 2-minute timeout.
Enjoy a terrific lunch featuring old-fashioned.
Neal Auto Company in Grenada is dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. They have extensive relationships in the dealer community, allowing them to purchase a wide variety of lease return vehicles at exceptional values. This enables Neal Auto to pass along huge savings on the highest quality vehicles, and they offer a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Neal Auto, Sunset Drive, Grenada. Go Kirk Raiders.
Answer. We've been building meaningful relationships.
Brewster's H&W Compounding in Grenada combines high-quality products with personalized care. Every prescription dispensed is made in the lab by experienced pharmacists specializing in bioidentical hormones, dermatologic, dental, veterinary, and much more. They believe that being a local independent pharmacy means providing services to patients that are customized to meet their needs. Serving and supporting the Grenada area for over 50 years. Brewster's H&W Compounding, Grenada.
Like, I'll probably take a lot of 30s.
Get lost. Lost Pizza in Grenada, that is. A menu filled with appetizers, salads, sandwiches, build your own or signature pizzas, Mississippi Delta hot tamales, dessert, and a new selection of lunch specials is what you'll find at Lost Pizza. It's an outstanding atmosphere for birthday parties as well. It's no wonder they were voted Mississippi Magazine's best pizza in 2019. They're open 7 days a week. Go Kirk Raiders from everyone at Lost Pizza, Grenada.
Individual attention. When you need experience and
Feeling sick? Get to MediQuick. Since 1998, MediQuick Clinic has been your fastest way to get medical attention when you're sick or have a minor emergency, and no appointment is necessary. They offer primary care, physicals, wellness exams, and more. Stop by MediQuick Clinic on Sunset Drive in Grenada or call 229-0669. That's 229-0669. Good luck to the Kirk Academy Raiders from everyone at MediQuick Clinic.
plays in the secondary, has great speed.
With Kirk Raider football coach Mike Beagle prior to the Raiders' regular season finale against North Delta. And, Coach, what can you tell us about the Green Wave?
The Green Wave, first of all, they have an outstanding quarterback in Ryan Gibson, number 5. He's can really run the football. He also plays in the secondary, has great speed. We have to contain him tonight. offensively. He's their guy. And then also number 18, Drake Barton, is also a running back, receiver, defensive back. Also has really good speed. Those two guys are the speed guys for them. And then number 42, Hawk Alderson. He's a free safety, linebacker, running back, very physical guy. Those are the cogs in the wheel. Those three guys make their team go. Number 65 up front, Brent Goss, is a big kid, offensive line wise. He also plays defensive tackle. His motor runs hot all the time. We have got to do a good job offensively, making sure that he doesn't establish himself up front for them defensively and stopping our attack.
I know you're very impressed with how physical and disciplined North Delta is also.
They are a very disciplined team. They do not make very many mistakes. They don't shoot themselves in the foot. They try to control the clock a lot. And so on the flip side of that, we have got to force them into third and long situations, make them punt, turn the ball over, get us some field position in the kicking game. And then offensively, we also have to be more than one-dimensional. We have got to be able to run the football successfully and then be able to throw it as well tonight to have success.
Coach, another description about North Delta that you had mentioned the other day when we chatted, I like this description. They play hard from bell to whistle.
When the ball snaps, they are on fire, and they are very aggressive, and they play all the way through the whistle. And everywhere you look on film, that's what happens. And my hat's off to their coach and coaching staff. They have got them playing every snap like it's the last snap they're ever going to play.
How'd practice go this week for the Raiders?
We did fairly well in practice. We worked on some things that we had to correct from last week, obviously, and then looking into this week's game as far as what they do from an offensive standpoint, play a lot of man coverage. And so we have got to be on our A game there in the passing game, but also because of the pressure they bring defensively in different spots to the weak side, into the boundary, bringing a linebacker or two or walking a guy down and bringing it off the edge. We have got to do a good job picking all that up in the passing game, plus we got to be able to do that as well in the run game to be successful.
And other specific keys to victory for our Raiders tonight to get a win over North Delta would include?
Well, we got to defensively, number one. Obviously, I've said this, contain their quarterback, force them into third and long situations so we can stop drives, get us the ball. Field position is big, and then offensively not be one-dimensional. But one of the big keys is the kicking game. We have to do a good job in the kicking game. We must win that phase tonight to help us on that track to victory.
Coach, go get them tonight.
Appreciate it, Greg. Thanks for all the help, and thanks for the listeners, and look for a great game tonight between both teams.
We've been visiting with Kirk coach Mike Beagle on the Kirk Can pregame show. And remember, for all of your automotive needs, Kirk can help you out. More pregame activities in 2 minutes on Star 92.
Salad Etc. in Grenada is where nutritious meets delicious. Stop in today and enjoy your choice of salad, sandwich, or wrap with a variety of tasty sides. And if you have a sweet tooth, try one of their delicious desserts. Try an amazing club salad or grilled chicken wrap, and they're sure you will add them to your list of favorites. You can eat in and enjoy the nice family atmosphere, or you can carry it out. Salad Etc. Open weekdays from 10 to 6, West Monroe Street, Grenada.
Attention, traditional or non-traditional students in the area looking to better yourselves professionally. You'll benefit greatly right here in Grenada with an associate's degree from Holmes Community College. Excel in programs such as criminal justice, surgical technology, practical nursing, computer network technology, emergency medical, heating and air, and more. Be in the classroom or take online classes. Visit homecc.edu to find out more.
Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa, and we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
I'm Robbie. And I'm Paul. And we're here at Winona Tractor and Equipment. And boy, do we have some hay equipment for you today.
Well, Robbie, what we have here is the Kubota BV4160 4x5 net wrap silage special power bind wide pickup baler.
How wide is that pickup, Paul?
It's pretty wide. We've got the all-new Kubota M6141 for your baling and field work needs.
Folks, when you think tractor, think Winona Tractor and Equipment.
Pharmacy, Farm Bureau Insurance of Grenada, Landmark Realty of Grenada, Grenada State Bank, Grocery Baskets, Made Incorporated, Sonic of Grenada, Kirk Brothers Sunset, Scott Petroleum, 2020 Eye Care, Needle Company of Grenada, Spencer's Dairy Cream, Jefferson Bank of Grenada, The Insurance March, Agent David McElrath, Brister's H&W Pharmacy, Family Health Clinic of Grenada, Nathan Vernon's Farm Insurance, and Holmes Community College. Now, let's head to the press box and join the voice of the Raiders, Chris Kapka.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kirk Academy Raider football here. Greg Slotsky filling in tonight. Dr. Cannon Beisel will join me in just a moment, and it's great to have you with us here. The regular season finale, our Kirk Raiders 3-5 under first-year coach Mike Beagle, but coming off of a 19-14 win over Memphis last week. And Dr. Cannon Beisel here will join us in just a moment. Of course, the Raiders tonight facing a 7-2 North Delta team tonight that Coach Beagle speaks very, very highly of. And Dr. Cannon Beisel, thanks for joining us. Big win last week.
Oh, you're certainly right, Greg. That was a huge come-from-behind win. We were physically dominated early in the game, and then the second half was a completely different game, and we pulled through for a big win.
I think one of the best things, if you can call it a best out of coming out of something negative, Coach mentioned that the running game was fairly non-existent, but to still find a way to win when that's the case is huge.
You're right, Greg. You got to find ways to win. We'd like to run it, but last week their defensive line just simply dominated our offensive line. We were unable to open holes. I think we only had, two basic successful running plays, one an option and one an actual touchdown run up the middle. Otherwise, there just weren't any holes with their big linemen. But we found ways. We isolated our good receivers against their defensive backs, completed passes when we need to, and pulled out the victory.
Gotta love it. Found a way to win. And tonight it's going to be a tough one against a 7-2 North Delta team. They look very big. And Cannon, on top of that, they are fast at the skilled positions.
Yes, from my understanding, their quarterback is very athletic. At least before the season started, I think he was considered the top football athlete in the conference. And they have a power running back as well. So we're going to have to shut down. If I recall, we saw them early in the year in the Jamboree, and they are very dangerous with the quarterback, just either calling a quarterback run or dropping back and then scrambling.
Well, their quarterback has run for 700 yards this season, so like you said, that pretty much sums that up. Their running back also has 600 yards, but here's the thing there, Cannon. He's missed 4 games.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize the stats were that good.
Yeah, exactly right. So they are a formidable opponent. They have tremendous speed again at the skilled positions. Defensively, they do a lot of defensive stunting as well, which could be kind of tricky for our passing game.
It certainly could be, although with the way our offensive line is built, I actually expect us to have more success this week running the ball than last week. Last week it was just simple. A matter of fact, if they had 3 defensive linemen over 300 pounds, there was no movement at all. I would, with our players, I think we'd rather face smaller, quicker defensive linemen than the bigger, immovable type.
Absolutely right. Makes a whole lot of sense there. Hey, at stake tonight, a district championship on top of everything else.
You're right. Now, I haven't done the exact math, but what I've heard, we have to win, and well, there's a dispute. There's the numbers in dispute.
Okay.
I've heard it say that we have to win by 12. But to be honest, I did math isn't my strong suit, but I actually did the math, and it appears the break even, the tie point is 13.5 points. So it would seem to me if we lose by 13, they win, and they win the district, and if we beat them by 14, we win. But I'm willing to admit I've heard 12, so maybe there's some aspect of it I'm not understanding as far as why it's 12 and not 14.
Winning a district title is nice, but just winning the game flat out right is probably step number one for Coach Beagle.
Well, you're right. We were sitting talking today, and I guess it's a problem you hope to have. The problem you hope to have is at the end of the game, you're up a touchdown, and you're trying to decide to run the clock out to lock up a win versus gamble and go for a 2-touchdown win. So we were just sitting talking today about possible strategies. But you're right. I would much rather be in that position than be in the position of losing at the end of the game.
Hey, Cannon, the key is the Raiders are in the playoffs no matter what, so that's huge.
It is. Now, we did certainly with the win, even if we don't win the district. Now, winning the district would be a huge step up into getting a bye as a district champion. But even if we don't win the district, a win tonight would probably jump us above several other teams. Now, while we're in the playoffs, obviously you still want to try to move up as high as you can going into the playoffs.
Oh, the bumps and bruises of the regular season truly add up, and then on top of that, you start looking at 3 games instead of 1 or instead of 2, and that 3rd game or 4th game really can take a toll. So, yeah, you want that bye week for sure.
You would love the bye week. You would love to then be playing at home. But other than that, I think at this point, we just need to focus on trying to win this game.
He's Dr. Cannon Beisel, Melissa in the morning at the controls at the Star 92 studios. This is Greg Slotsky here. It's Kirk versus North Delta, and our pregame activities continue after this 2-minute timeout on Star 92.
Let them carry your groceries to your car at the Grocery Basket in Grenada. You will see helpful, friendly staff from the minute you walk in until the last grocery bag is placed in your vehicle. They offer fresh produce and their meat is cut daily. The neat and clean environment will enhance your pleasant shopping experience. The Grocery Basket, 1770 Commerce Street, where we put more in your basket for less. Like them on Facebook. Good luck to the Kirk Academy Raiders from everyone at the Grocery Basket.
Has you covered in all aspects of commercial.
Jessica, what kind of good interest rate we have going on?
Oh, we have some serious 0% for 72 months right here at Kirk Auto.
Mo Kirk here at Kirk Auto Company. We got some new great deals. Come check them out. Get 0% financing for 72 months on 2020 F-150 XLTs or $5,000 off MSRP.
2020 Ford Fusion for 0% for 72 months, along with a $1,000 cash rebate.
Come see me and we'll get you a good deal.
Kirk Auto Company in Grenada. Kirk can.
Helping others was her passion. She'd always say.
Short on cash? Call on the professional team at Family Choice Financial in Grenada when a cash need arises. Candace and her helpful team are able to assist you with auto or personal loans from $500 to $15,000 to use for repairs, vacation, or when any surprise situation arises. Stop by 1105 Sunwood Drive, Suite 5 in Grenada. Family Choice Financial, helping your budget meet your dreams and needs.
And take care of all of your items.
Is your home feeling a bit snug for your growing family? Do you have an empty nest and are ready to downsize? Thinking of selling your home? Landmark Realty is seeking homes for sale. They have buyers ready and waiting. They have the professionals with local expertise that can sell your home and help you find your new dream home. Landmark Realty, Sunset Drive, across from the post office in Grenada, 226-4454. Go Kirk Raiders from everyone at Landmark Realty.
A formidable opponent, North Delta, tonight at 7-2. And on top of everything else, with the skilled position players, the fast position players, skilled players for North Delta, they dabble in several different formations, Cannon. You'll get some spread out of them, some I formation, and some double wing. So that's something our defense is going to have to really adjust to here tonight.
You're right, Greg. Like I said, we saw them earlier, first of the year at the Jamboree. Now a lot changes by the end of the season from the first, but it seemed one of their favorite plays was to line up in a different formation. The quarterback under center takes a snap and just what they in the old days called student body right or student body left, which may account for his 700 rushing yards this season.
Well, and the fact that he looks pretty doggone good-sized also doesn't hurt matters.
No, you're right. We've seen him through the years, and he's very athletic.
No doubt about it. Speaking of very athletic, let's talk about our Kirk Raider offense. Colbert Hathcock, the quarterback, Trip Taylor, the fullback, A.J. Wren, and Parker Goodson. What a nice 1-2 punch there at tailback.
You're right. They each bring something a little bit different to the table. A.J. Wren is certainly the speedster. He switches field rapidly, cuts back and forth. He's not actually that big and doesn't have that much size and strength, but he certainly is very shifty and, of course, very, very fast. Parker Goodson, on the other hand, is more of a straight-ahead runner, but a little bit more power when he goes up in there. So it's a nice mix that you can run one and then the other back in and forth during a series.
Absolutely right. Well, it's about 5.5 minutes before the ball game. If you want to do some Kirk starting lineups, here's the offense on one side, the defense on the other. Fire away.
All right, for Kirk, our starting offense on the offensive line, we have left tackle Hartley Dykes, a junior. We have junior Nathan Moore at left guard. At center, we have our senior Graham Seibel. On the right side of the offensive line, we have junior Rodney Deffenbaugh at guard, and we have Sam Cashaw, senior, at right tackle. All right, at the skill positions at quarterback, we will have Colbert Hathcock, who has started every game this year at quarterback. Fullback, we will have Trip Taylor Jr. starting. And at tailbacks, we will have some sort of substitution pattern involving A.J. Wren, a junior, and Parker Goodson, a senior. Now, at receivers, we run in quite a few receivers, but it looks like for starting lineup, the starters have been named as Clay Taylor, the junior, Jack Boone, a junior, and Moot Prince, a junior. If you remember, Moot Prince had the big game last week with a lot of nice catches.
Absolutely.
All right. On special teams, our punter is Colbert Hathcock. Our place kicker is Graham Seibel. And then kick returners and punt returners, for punts, we have A.J. Wren, and for kickoffs, we bring Moot Prince in the back with A.J. Wren.
Good deal.
All right. For the Kirk Academy defense, we have starting, we run a basic 4-3.
The tops are the starters, too. So.
We have, we'll be starting tonight, Peyton Mitchell, Jr. on the defensive line, Sam Cashaw, Sr. on the line, Rodney Deffenbaugh, Jr., and Trip Taylor, Jr. All right, for linebackers, we will be starting Walker Staten. We will have Mason Byers returning to the lineup tonight. I believe he is our leading tackler for the year. He has missed the last two games. And we have Luke Beisel, senior, as outside linebacker. Our four defensive backs will be Richard Flaught, Jr. and Clay Taylor, Jr. at safety. And then at cornerbacks, Jack Boone, Jr. and A.J. Wren, a junior.
All right, so that rounds out the Kirk Academy starting lineup. Thank you, Cannon. For North Delta, we go offensively, starting with Ridge Alderson, a sophomore at center. The guards are Dalton Barton, a senior, and Max Michael, a sophomore. The tackles for the North Delta Green Wave are Blaine Sanders, a senior, and Nolan Long, a junior. They run a tight end set with Aiden Sykes, a junior, in there as well. The quarterback, Ryan Gibson, as Cannon mentioned, very athletic, 700 yards rushing this season. The tailbacks, there are two of them. Levi G., a sophomore, and Hawk Alderson is a senior. The wide receivers are Drake Barton, a senior, and Leighton Wells, a junior for North Delta. Their kickoff and punt returners are Lewis Smith and Drake Barton. The punter is Ryan Gibson. The place kicker is Lewis Smith. Taking a look at North Delta's defensive starting lineup, the tackles are Dalton Barton, a senior, Brett Goss, a senior, The defensive ends, Luke Harmon, a senior, and Aiden Sykes is a junior. Inside linebackers, Martin Wolf, a junior, and Max Michael, a sophomore. Outside linebackers, Levi G, a sophomore, and Drake Barton, a senior. The free safety, Hawk Alderson, he's a senior. Cornerbacks, Leighton Wells, a junior, and Lewis Smith, a sophomore. So when you're going up against a 7-2 North Delta team, Cannon, so important to get off to such a good start.
You're right about that, and unfortunately, getting off to quick starts does not seem to be our forte this year, Greg. I believe we other than Marshall, one of our wins this year, I think every other game, even last week, we gave up a lead. We came back and took and won, but you remember recently against Winona and Pilla, we unfortunately gave up leads early, and while we came back, we still didn't win because we basically gave up points in the first half.
Well, exactly right, and just so important, though, because you look at a team like this, you don't want to get down 7 or 14 because the way they run different offenses, you don't want that snowball to keep rolling down a hill and gaining more momentum.
You're right about that. And also, it's sort of similar to last week. Now, we're facing a different type of running offense, but the strategy is the same. The key is to stop them on first down. You want to push the other team. When your defense wants to push the other team into a predictable pattern, which means long yards to go for first down. We see it at every level, even college and NFL. Once you make offenses go one-dimensional, they're much easier to stop because you know what to expect. And usually that's a battle on first down.
Absolutely right. North Delta taking the field now in their road white jerseys with the gray pants and the green numerals and the gray helmets. And we're waiting now for the Kirk Academy Raiders to come on out. They are in their home red jerseys with the navy pants and the white helmets. And I'll tell you what, a little bit warmer than last week.
It's with the rain that we just had, it's quite humid tonight.
You better believe it. The Kirk Raiders have taken the field. You can hear that cannon go, and we're just about ready here for the prayer and the national anthem. But again, it is Kirk versus North Delta, and we're excited to have it for you here on Star 92 and on Fuller Digital Solutions. And again, Cannon, really looking forward to tonight, and we'll continue on with the play-by-play in this after this 3-minute timeout.
Ready to get your money moving? Zelle is a fast, safe, and easy way to send money in minutes to friends, family, and others you trust, and it's now available in the Guarantee Bank mobile app. Enroll today and get your money moving. Guarantee Bank together with Zelle. Transactions typically occur in minutes when the recipient's email address or U.S. mobile number is already enrolled with Zelle. Mobile carrier fees may apply. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, FDIC.
Providing the ultimate automobile buying experience.
Man, just being here all my life. I grew up in Grenada, 41 years now. My folks, were married here in Grenada. My dad was a principal. My mom's a teacher. A lot of the kids that are here, I've known their parents. We went to school together, grew up playing on this field, and now I see people that I have insurance with, that I went to school with, whose kids are playing on this field. I am Robert Corolla with Grenada Farm Bureau Insurance, and I am the home team.
The community because of the trust that this community has.
Here at Winona Tractor, you can pay with one of the 3 C's, cash, quarters, or credit card. We've got the all-new Kubota MX 5400 cab tractor. Haul with it, you can rake with it, you can do your food plots with it.
What about this little Kubota unit right here?
Yeah, and folks, don't forget, like Robbie said, we can build a variety of package deals here at Winona Tractor. If you'll buy this one, I'll even throw Robbie in.
Folks, when you think tractor, think Winona Tractor and Equipment.
This junior or regular size burritos, sauce, bacon, or ham, and don't.
Who are we? Kirk Brothers Sunset. Hit it, Joe. Right now, get up to $12,000 off on 2020 Ram trucks. This is a Hemi. If it's good enough for John Dutton, it's good enough for you.
Get 0% up to 72 months on select Jeeps right here at Kirk Brothers Sunset.
Bam! Woo! This is intense with all these deals going on, man.
Yeah, I know, Joe. I gotta calm down. But first, you gotta break it down.
Don't miss the Jeep Adventure Days and the Ram Power Days event here at Kirk Brothers Sunset in Grenada, Mississippi.
Be the exact, like we talked about.
Coffee, ice cream, breakfast, lunch, and laughter. Those are just a few of the things going on at any given time at Square Market. Get that spring in your step to start your day with one of their coffees, mochas, or lattes, and a nice breakfast. Lunch features quiche, salads, and sandwiches with brownies and cheesecake for dessert. Add comfy chairs and free Wi-Fi to the mix, and perfection is met. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. Square Market on the Square in downtown Grenada.
Their primary focus being preventative care.
Neal Auto Company in Grenada is dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. They have extensive relationships in the dealer community, allowing them to purchase a wide variety of lease return vehicles at exceptional values. This enables Neal Auto to pass along huge savings on the highest quality vehicles, and they offer a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Neal Auto, Sunset Drive, Grenada. Go Kirk Raiders.
Is getting ready and kicks a high end-over-end pop-up at about the 36-yard line. It's taken and downed, fair caught, right about the 36-yard line, and that was a fair catch there by Cody Boast. And so with that said, North Delta ball, 1st and 10, moving right to left on your dial. Like you said, Cannon, the key is make it 3rd and long as much as we can.
You're right. It's just simply stopping the run plays and forcing them into some type of passing or at least an outside run, stopping the run up the middle.
2 receivers go wide to the right. Ryan Gibson is under center. Now going wide right is G, and it's going to be Gibson on a quarterback keeper rolling to his right. He's out past the 39 to the 40-yard line, and that's a gain of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Greg, at least that wasn't the student body right. The quarterback did fake a handoff before he ran more wide, but you can obviously see they're mainly looking for the quarterback to either run the ball outside or hand off.
I can tell you another thing, Cannon. I'm glad I'm not the one down there trying to tackle him.
Oh, he is very, very shifty.
And big. Gibson under center. He's got the I formation. And he's going to give to the running back, and that's Alderson. Alderson past the 45, straight up the middle, and to about the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down, a run of 8, and 2 plays, a 1st down for North Delta as they near midfield.
That was just a routine handoff up the middle with the lead blocker. Busted through our line. It looked like Mason Byers and Richard Flott were in on the tackle, but unfortunately 6 yards downfield for a 1st down.
Gotta love live radio there. The phone fell off the counter. Like you said, 8 yards and a 1st down. So 1st down and 10. The give is up the middle to Alderson once again. He's down inside the 45, inside the 40, dragging tacklers down to the 37-yard line. And again, 3 running plays, 3 pretty good gains. One was a 4-yard gain. The last 2 have been kind of monstrous.
He was 10 yards downfield before someone touched him, Greg. That time it looked like Mason Byers and Jack Boone were in on the tackle, but it's just a nice big hole up the middle.
10:35 to go, opening quarter. North Delta on the move. The ball started at their own 36. They're now at the Raider 37-yard line. 1st and 10, I formation. 1 receiver goes to the right, 1 to the left. Gibson is going to give up to the middle to the fullback G, and he goes from the 37 to about the 35-yard line. And hey, Cannon, I'll take 2nd and 8.
You're right. We stopped him. He fell forward, unfortunately. We hit him at the line. He fell forward. Peyton Mitchell had a hold of him, but he fell forward for a 2-yard gain.
In fact, you can hold on to that. How about that? I'll need it, though, on the offensive side of things, and then you can have this one. 9:55 to go here in the 1st quarter. 2nd down and a short 8, long 7. Gibson again is under center. He's got G, the fullback, Alderson, the tailback. Sykes lines up in the right tight end position. The give is to Alderson going right. He's inside the 35, down to the 30, and down to the 29-yard line. And it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and short for North Delta.
Greg, unfortunately, we didn't adjust on that play. They ran a man in motion to then line up as flanker. Our defensive end did not move another step outside, so they hooked him on the inside, and then the running back made the corner.
And it brings up a third down and very manageable 3rd and 2 for North Delta on their opening drive. 9:10 to go here in a scoreless game here in Grenada at Kirk Academy. Gibson is under center. His lone setback is Alderson. And now it's going to be a give to the left side and running room ahead inside the 25, the 20, down to the 15, and now down to about the 12-yard line goes Levi G. And again, that misdirection was hard to stop.
Well, I'm not so sure it's the misdirection so much, Greg. They just simply blew our right side of our defensive line. Our defensive tackles, our defensive ends were blown 10 yards off the ball. And so it was an easy big run for North Delta.
And like we talked about, Cannon, their skilled players are fast, but their line is big, so that's a tough combo. Gibson is under center. Alderson is the running back. They're going to give it actually to another tailback or receiver going to the right inside the 10 down to the 5, and that looks like Drake Barton, their leading receiver, 400 yards receiving this year, but that time he ran the ball.
Greg, unfortunately, they called the exact right play. For some reason, we had 2 defensive ends lined up on one side and none on the other, and they ran it right to where we had no defensive end.
8:05 to go here in the first quarter. North Delta has had the ball the entire time, started at their own 36-yard line. They're running the ball. I don't think they've actually attempted a pass play yet.
No, and I don't expect them. I would be, with no backs here, I'd expect the quarterback to keep it.
Probably no backs. Gibson is actually going to hand it off to the left side. That's G again from kind of a wingback spot. He is down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. So that's going to bring up now 3rd down. And what, about 1, Cannon? They can get a first down at the 2, I believe.
You're right. The wet grass actually took him down. We didn't actually tackle him. He planted to cut. And due to the humidity, you can obviously see the dew all over the grass out on the field, and he slipped.
You are not kidding there. Wowee. 3rd and 1 at the Raider 4. Big play defensively for Kirk. Gibson is under center. Gibson's going to give to Alderson up the middle. Alderson scores a touchdown from 4 yards out on 3rd and 1.
Another very large hole up the middle for just a routine, simple handoff and a nice run for a touchdown.
7:05 to go here in the first quarter. 4-yard touchdown run to Hawk Alderson. And North Delta now will be kicking the extra point. Lewis Smith will be attempting. 7:05 to go first quarter. Snap is down. The kick is up. It's end over end, and it's perfect. 7:05 to go in quarter number 1. North Delta 7, Kirk nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on Star 92.
Family Health Clinic of Grenada is a full-service family practice offering primary care, well child exams, annual sports and DOT physicals, full lab testing, diabetes management, and women's health care in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Their mission is to provide the absolute best, personalized, high-quality medical treatment with the primary focus being preventative care. Family Health Clinic, Sunset Drive, Grenada.
Well, Kirk has some work cut out for him early. 7-0 North Delta. 7:05 to go here in quarter number 1. Along with Dr. Cannon Beisel, this is Greg Slotsky, studio engineer, Melissa in the morning, in the evening tonight. And, of course, you're listening on Star 92, watching on Fuller Digital Solutions. And it's great to have you with us on the final Friday night of the regular season. Again, it's going to be North Delta kicking off. Lewis Smith will be kicking off right to left on your dial. And it is a squib kick touched by the Raiders. It's loose at the 35. They're diving for it, and I think Kirk did recover, but that was a little too close for comfort.
That was just poor reaction to a straight-ahead squib kick. Looked for me like we got awful lucky to recover that, Greg. I was going to say on their previous drive, Greg, I think their least successful play was the 4-yard first run by their quarterback. Other than that, we didn't look well. Let's hope our offense is a bit better prepared than our defense.
Yeah, they didn't attempt to pass. They ran down the field and took about 5 minutes of the first quarter. Now it is the Raiders' turn on offense, and Colbert Halfcock, the quarterback, is going to have Parker Goodson to his left. Colbert is in the shotgun. Man goes in motion left to right. And the give is to Parker Goodson. He's out past the 40, 45, going to the right, to midfield, to the 45. Great run there by Parker Goodson, the senior.
Greg, wow. We saw that was a better running play than we saw all last week. That was blocked really to perfection until he got to the secondary. We had everybody blocked. Nice big hole. Parker ran hard. Big gain.
Did he ever? Colbert half-cock now will again be in the shotgun. Two receivers go wide to the left side. One to the right. Colbert in the shotgun. He's got a back to his left. Flott goes in motion left to right. The give is now to Parker again inside the 45 and down to the 40 as he goes there right up the middle. And two tough runs by Mr. Parker Goodson.
You're right. Basically, it looked like the same play. This time he cut back inside instead of cut outside for a nice 5-yard gain.
6:20 to go here in the first quarter. It is 7-0 in favor of North Delta. This is the Raiders' first offensive possession of the game. Going wide to the left, Montgomery Ferguson. Colbert is in the shotgun. Now it is Wren in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He's inside the 35, down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line. And A.J. Wren, and like we talked about, Cannon, that's that 1-2 punch of those two different types of runners.
You're right, but actually A.J. Wren actually looked more like Parker Goodson that time. He was he drug tacklers about 7 yards that time, two different tacklers.
Love it. Raiders actually have the ball just inside the 30. They'll officially call it the 30. 5:45 to go, opening quarter of play. Again, 7-0 North Delta. Ferguson going wide to the left side. Boone goes wide to the right, and there is a timeout North Delta, timeout on the field. We're going to step aside as well. 5:37 to go in the first. We'll be back in 1 minute here on Star 92, North Delta 7, Kirk nothing.
Neal Auto Company in Grenada is dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. They have extensive relationships in the dealer community, allowing them to purchase a wide variety of lease return vehicles at exceptional values. This enables Neal Auto to pass along huge savings on the highest quality vehicles, and they offer a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Neal Auto, Sunset Drive, Grenada. Go Kirk Raiders.
Heck yeah, man.
Brewster's H&W Compounding in Grenada combines high-quality products with personalized care. Every prescription dispensed is made in the lab by experienced pharmacists specializing in bioidentical hormones, dermatologic, dental, veterinary, and much more. They believe that being a local independent pharmacy means providing services to patients that are customized to meet their needs. Serving and supporting the Grenada area for over 50 years. Brewster's H&W Compounding, Grenada.
A.J. Wren gets the handoff and goes to the left side. Certainly not much there, but white shirts. He does get back to the line of scrimmage, but again, Cannon, it's now going to be a 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders.
Right, that was their defensive backs making it. He got out past the end, but we had 3 receivers out there, 3 defensive backs, and it's hard to sustain blocks with receivers on defensive backs. On that play, I noted safety's backing up now, but on that play, their safety was way too close to the line of scrimmage.
Raiders on the move, trailing 7-0 with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Glad to have you with us here on Star 92 and Fuller Digital Solutions. Colbert Halfcock is in the shotgun. Wren is behind him. And it's Colbert play action. Zips a pass to the right, and it's overthrown. Intended for Jack Boone at about the 27-yard line. Looked like he was pretty well covered, but the ball was overthrown.
That should have been a catch, Greg. That was just a bad thrown ball, especially for an end. Jack Boone basically ran 5 yards downfield and turned in. That should have been a catch.
Over his head, the ball went, and 4:44 now left here in the first quarter, and 3rd and 10 here for the Kirk Raiders. Trailing in this one 7-0 at the 30-yard line of North Delta. 2 receivers go wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Colbert in the shotgun, Wren to his left. And on 3rd and 10, the give is to Wren up the middle, and he's hit at the 30, gets to about the 28-yard line. And this is going to bring up a 4th and about 8. and probably a situation where you think about going for it here.
Well, I assume they're in 4-down situation. That's why they ran it on 3rd and 10, as they knew they were going to be in 4. They were hoping for about a 5 or 7 yard gain rather than the 1 yard gain. What's interesting is there's a timeout.
Yep, timeout called. But, Cannon, go ahead and finish that thought. We just took a break, so what were you going to say?
I thought it was interesting that we were getting ready to run a play, and our top 2 receivers are on the sidelines.
Which is why there was probably a timeout called. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be back right after this. North Delta 7, Kirk nothing, back in 30.
Get lost. Lost Pizza in Grenada, that is. A menu filled with appetizers, salads, sandwiches, build your own or signature pizzas, Mississippi Delta hot tamales, dessert, and a new selection of lunch specials is what you'll find at Lost Pizza. It's an outstanding atmosphere for birthday parties as well. It's no wonder they were voted Mississippi Magazine's best pizza in 2019. They're open 7 days a week. Go Kirk Raiders from everyone at Lost Pizza, Grenada.
There they go. Oh, they put them in.
All right, 4th down, 9 yards to go with 4:17 to go. First quarter, Raiders at the North Delta 29. 4th and 9. Colbert in the shotgun, drops back. He's at about the 37, zips it to the right, incomplete, and it would have been a yard shy anyway of the first down. Intended for Clay Taylor.
They're calling it a catch.
Oh, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Still a yard short, though.
Yeah, there's no point running that kind of play.
So
when it's 4th and 9.
Yeah, I guess it was hard to tell if it was a catch or not, but it was a catch. It was just a yard shy of the first down. So the Raiders stall on that one.
But once again, it's the same problem I mentioned last week. We have 2 receivers in the same area. That's not either someone keeps running the wrong route or that's poorly designed pass routes to have 2 receivers standing side by side when you're throwing a pass.
Well, they got 8 yards. They needed 9. Now it's Gibson's turn on offense, and there's that quarterback keeper rolling to the right. Pass at 25-30, 35-40, 50, 40. He could go 30, 20, and drag down at about the 18-yard line. That was some good speed downfield by the Raiders to catch him, but a huge run for Ryan Gibson.
Parker Goodson ran him down with the angle, but their quarterback just simply faked a handoff, reverse out, and sprinted for the sidelines. We had the same number of defenders as they had blockers, and they had every one of us blocked.
Cannon, the guy's a bruising runner, and he's lightning quick. That is a bad combination if you're a defender out there.
There was a flag way downfield, so it's still going to be a big gain by them, but they will lose about 20 yards due to the penalty.
I guess you betcha that flag was thrown at the 30. Block in the back is the call. So, like you said, Cannon, still a big gain, but the ball is now going to be at the 41 instead of inside the 20. So that cost them a little over 20 yards.
It did. As if you're the North Delta coach, that's the kind of thing that frustrates you. 50 yards downfield, and you decide to block somebody, and one of your players decides to block somebody in the back on a big run.
No doubt about it. Ball is, I guess, officially at the 41, we'll call it. 3:56 to go. First quarter, Gibson gives to his lone setback, Alderson, and Alderson goes up the middle from the 41 to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 6 for North Delta on first down, so second and manageable for the Green Wave.
What you're seeing here is just good blocking. They have no lead blocker. They're just simply turning and handing off and getting 6 yards on a handoff up the middle.
3:35 to go, opening quarter. North Delta leading Kirk 7-0. The clock runs, and North Delta has not attempted a pass yet here tonight. And I guess the question is, why would you with a running game this successful?
You're right.
I formation. Gibson again under center. The give is to the fullback, and he is drilled back. Big Sam was there.
Wow. I don't know how you describe that without seeing the video. They handed off to the tackle. Sam Cashaw met him in the hole, and basically they ended up losing a yard, but he basically just knocked him backwards 5-6 yards.
Oh, and he hit a brick wall. There was not 1 millimeter he went forward after Big Sam got him.
No, you're right. And to be honest, I blame their play calling on that. You cannot, Sam is big enough and strong enough, you cannot run right to where he is.
And they found that out there. 3rd down and 4 now. Big play for the Raider D. Gibson will flip it to the left side, and it's inside the 35-30. That's a first down, and down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. And that is going to be Barton, Drake Barton, their lead receiver, who also is a heck of a rusher, it would appear.
They just, well, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but he had the first down before anybody ever put a hand on it. He really didn't break a tackle. It's just, they just blocked, they just pitched it, and every single person was blocked. And the closest person that isn't blocked is about 8 yards downfield, and they got about eight yards out of it.
That's right. Hey, I'll tell you what, 2 receivers wide to the right. Gibson will give to Alderson up the middle. Line of scrimmage, the 23. Alderson down inside the 20 to about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. And 2 minutes left in the first quarter. North Delta leading 7-0 and on the move again.
You're right. Their offensive line is blowing us out. Now, we usually we alternate in size-wise defensive tackles, Hartley Dykes and Matt McKay. I'm not wondering if maybe you just need to, while it's certainly going to make them tired for offense, if maybe you just don't need them both in the game at the same time and put with Sam Cashaw, put 3 big kids across the line and basically hold the interior of the line.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, up front, North Delta, very, very tough.
What we're doing is not working right now. I know that much.
Gibson will flip it to the right side. It's Barton. Drake Barton goes to the right, and not much there at all. He is down at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down again in about 4 or 5.
That time we actually they pitched it wide. We had the defenders out there, and we weren't blocked. We had 2 people fight off their blocks to make a tackle for no gain, and so our defenders did what they should on that play.
And I love the fact that they were there to make the tackle and made the tackle, and it was a crisp tackle. 55 seconds to go, first quarter, 3rd down and 5, North Delta at the Kirk 18-yard line. North Delta leading 7-0 over our Raiders. Gibson is under center. Gibson will go to the left side, and it's going to be G inside the 15, inside the 10, well, to about the 10, and that's going to be a first down. Needed 5, got 8.
Well, he, you know, like a similar previous play, he had the first down before the first person ever was there to touch him. They're just simply doing a good job of blocking us.
Yeah,
to their credit. To their credit, they're
absolutely, and really, they've only had the one huge run by Ryan Gibson, and that was a block in the back.
Otherwise, you know, I certainly give their quarterback and running back credit for racking up a lot of yards for the year.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point after what I'm seeing, I'm wondering if it's not their offensive line is the reason their running back and quarterback have such large amounts of rushing yards.
Well, when the potential for contact is 4 or 5 yards downfield minimum, that can happen. 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Timeout North Delta. And again, 7-0 North Delta. And first down and goal at the 10. We'll keep it right here. North Delta calls timeout.
That was. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
I was just pointing out that was their second. We're still in the first quarter, albeit 1 play to go. But that was their second timeout of the first half they've used. So they're down 2 timeouts for the second. They'll only have 1 timeout left in the second quarter.
Absolutely. And again, they can actually not get a first down without getting a touchdown. So it's first and goal literally from the 10.
That's an interesting situation. It makes you wonder why you're disorganized and have to call a timeout, unless they're calling a non-routine play. But every single running play other than one has worked well for them. So it makes you wonder, did they all of a sudden try to call something in the playbook that isn't normally run, trying to get cute? But it seems to me they're just routine plays are causing us big problems.
Well,
Greg.
Exactly, Ken. And on top of everything else, if this was a running play, then they could have discussed whatever they needed to at the end of the first quarter. So who knows? The time will tell. It's first and goal, North Delta at the 10 of Kirk. North Delta Green Wave leading our Raiders 7-0. And it is now Gibson under center. He's going to flip it to the right side. Drake Barton tries to cut upfield. He does inside the 5, and he scores. And beautiful play by Drake Barton there. He waited for his blocking to take effect.
That, and he just simply juked Mook Prince. Mook Prince was there to keep it to a 1 to 2 yard gain, and he just simply planted the foot, cut right back inside, and then had a good path to the end zone.
You know, Drake Barton looks like if he was their starting running back, he would easily be their leading rusher, and he's their leading receiver. They are skilled. Extra point is upcoming. Lewis Smith, the attempt, and it's a line drive that is low and no good.
We'll have to give the crossbar credit for that block.
That's exactly right. The crossbar and the Dew have both done some nice things tonight, and it's 13-0 North Delta. That is the end of quarter number 1, and we'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this. You're listening to Kirk Raider Football here on Star 92.
Feeling sick? Get to MediQuick. Since 1998, MediQuick Clinic has been your fastest way to get medical attention when you're sick or have a minor emergency, and no appointment is necessary. They offer primary care, physicals, wellness exams, and more. Stop by MediQuick Clinic on Sunset Drive in Grenada or call 229-0669. That's 229-0669. Good luck to the Kirk Academy Raiders from everyone at MediQuick Clinic.
Salad Etc. in Grenada is where nutritious meets delicious. Stop in today and enjoy your choice of salad, sandwich, or wrap with a variety of tasty sides. And if you have a sweet tooth, try one of their delicious desserts. Try an amazing club salad or grilled chicken wrap, and they're sure you will add them to your list of favorites. You can eat in and enjoy the nice family atmosphere, or you can carry it out. Salad Etc. Open weekdays from 10 to 6, West Monroe Street, Grenada.
At a minimum, and pizza will be extra. That's been limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. You're listening to Kirk Raider Football.
Well, another squib kick there by North Delta. It's pounced on at the 35-yard line by the Raiders, and that is where Kirk will start actually officially their own 36, which is where they will start their second drive of the night. And we stalled the first drive, Cannon, but we saw some good things.
We did. We saw much better blocking and opening holes. I think, certainly we need to get back running the ball, but I would hope we would pass it before it's actually a passing situation, because North Delta is certainly bringing, they're bringing people up to stop the run unless it's long yards to go.
Parker Goodson is to the right of Colbert Hathcock, who's in the shotgun. The give is to Parker. Line of scrimmage, the 36, and he will be lucky to get back to it. Nothing but white shirts up the middle.
You're right. There's absolutely no hole there. No hole.
So now it is second down, and you're right there, Cannon. When you do a dump-off pass or any type of pass, maybe in a non-traditional time, that can open up that running game, loosen up the defense a bit.
And it may need to be to a non-traditional receiver. It seems we have two different receiving core, the run-blocking core and the pass-catching core, and you telegraph that it's a passing play.
Colbert is in the shotgun, now whistles.
And defense lined up offsides.
All right. Well, that means it will be second down now and 5 instead of second and 10. So this, again, would be a good opportunity to mix it up a little potentially. And
Well, to go back to what I said earlier, offenses are way more powerful when, either you just dominate the blocking, which is what we've seen from North Delta tonight, or you're not predictable. And by not being predictable, it means running a pass play off a running situation, off a fake handoff, so that the linebacker and safeties come running up and you throw it right where they left.
Colbert is in the shotgun, one receiver right, one to the left. Pitch is to the left to Parker Goodson, to the 41 and maybe to the 42 if he's lucky. So it's going to bring up now a third down and about 4 or 4.5 yards. Just not a lot there on that run.
Well, that was a good tackle by 18, Drake Barton for them. There was one man, he was the one man there, and he made the tackle. So to his credit.
So he scored a touchdown. He's their leading receiver, and apparently he's a very good defender. Man, he can do it all. Ball is at the 42-yard line of the Raiders. It's third down and 4. 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Raiders trailing in this one 13-0. Jack Boone goes wide to the right. Two receivers wide to the left. Flott goes in motion left to right. The give is to Wren. A.J. is swallowed up. And line of scrimmage was the 42. And forward progress is only the 39.
Well, a bad sign there, Greg. We have two off. When you look up at the tackle and the play's over on a running play, and you have two offensive linemen 3 yards deep in the backfield, That's a problem. That means basically their defensive line just just basically took the line of scrimmage and backed it up 2 yards.
Yeah.
So he lost a yard, but really when the line got backed up 2 yards, maybe you should give him credit for gaining a yard.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Hey, Colbert will be punting the football. Is that Drake Barton again back there to receive, standing at his own 15. Colbert gets off a nice kick, taken at the 25-yard line. It is actually going to be Lewis Smith, and Lewis Smith is out past the 30 and close to that 40-yard line. And an injured Raider.
Yeah, we have a Raider down. Is that Peyton Mitchell? No, looks like it's Walker Staten, maybe.
Oh, man, let's see. He is still down at about the 42-yard line.
I'm not sure it's him, but I think that's his number, 23.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's hard to tell. His back is up, and, yeah, it is. I believe it is. So he is now down, and both teams are kneeling as he is tended to. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and take a break. 9:33 to go here in the first half. It is North Delta 13, Kirk nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute on Star 92.
Attention, traditional or non-traditional students in the area looking to better yourselves professionally. You'll benefit greatly right here in Grenada with an associate's degree from Holmes Community College. Excel in programs such as criminal justice, surgical technology, practical nursing, computer network technology, emergency medical, heating and air, and more. Be in the classroom or take online classes. Visit homecc.edu to find out more.
Again, oh man, go ahead. Kirk Brother Sunset is giving you
Digital Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa. And we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
Alderson goes ahead and gets about 10 yards. The injury, thank goodness, it looked way worse than it obviously was. He got up under his own power, walked up away pretty much right after we went to break, which is good.
You're right. And on that play, that 10-yard run by North Delta, once again, the do is the extra tackler for Kirk as he planted his foot. While we were around him, he wasn't in the open field. He did plant his feet, and his feet slipped out from under him before we tackled him.
Yeah, Texas A&M has the 12th man. We do too with the do. Gibson is under center. Gibson's going to quarterback keep it, and Gibson's going to be dropped. Big Sam there once again, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. What a sure tackler, and man, is he strong.
Greg, the key to that, while Sam made the tackle, the key was actually Trip Taylor, number 17, our defensive end. He took his blocker and drove him into the backfield, and that made the quarterback pause. And then when the quarterback had to pause and then try to get around him, then Sam Cashoff simply cleaned up with a nice tackle.
Did he ever? Man, that was a very impressive one, but that first one where the guy hit him, it looked like a can of pop versus a locomotive. Gibson is going to give up the middle to Alderson. Alderson goes from his own 49 down to the 48-yard line of Kirk. That's only a gain of 3. So, Cannon, here you go again. These are the 3rd and 7s
That was actually the play they scored the touchdown on, the last touchdown. Mook Prince came up this time and took his feet out. Mook Prince is the unblocked safety coming up, just like on the touchdown where he missed him. This time he came up, dove, took his feet out from under him, and held them to only a 3-yard gain.
See, now this is a big play. This is 3rd and long. This is what Coach was talking about earlier. Keeping North Delta in 3rd and longs would be key. Raiders, I think, have the advantage in the kicking game. Gibson is under center. Going left is Sykes to line up in the left tight end position. I think they drew us off, which means it'll now be 3rd and about 2.
Yes, that's called shooting yourself in the foot, Greg. Clear example.
Yeah, Brian Gibson did a hard count, and it worked. And credit him, because it wasn't just one Raider that went over the line.
No, it was our 2 interior defensive linemen who, to be honest, should be watching the ball anyway. Jumped off sides and gave him the free 5 yards. So now 3rd and very short.
Leighton Wells checks in. Junior wide receiver goes wide to the right side. Ryan Gibson is under center. Kind of a double wing formation or a tight formation. The give is to the right side to Barton. Barton is going to be close and going to be driven back, and I don't know that he got it.
Not where the referee is marking it. He did not get it. That was, fortunately, I've said this before, if it's a crucial play, you should ask yourself what the other team wants you to run and don't run it. They have been powering over us, so our one hope is they run a slow run to the sidelines and allow us to tackle for minimal gain, and that's exactly what they did. Now I would expect them to come back hard count or up the middle, although they're going to measure.
Yeah, they are going to measure, and we'll see. It looks like he's about a half a yard short with the naked eye at first.
He was clearly short, I thought, based on where the chain was on the sideline.
Yeah, but we'll see here, and maybe they just want to get a gauge for how short they potentially.
He's a full yard.
Wow. Normally you measure when there's like 4 inches.
Well, I didn't understand. The ball was clearly down on the 42, outside the 42, and you could look on the sidelines and see the chain was on the 41. The marker was on the 41. So it's a clear full yard. I would expect more of a full power move between the tackles here.
4th and 1, 6:53 to go here in the opening half of play. Whistles now, and we'll see exactly what's going on. It's 4th and 1 North Delta. They lead our Raiders 13-0 here. Coming your way from Kirk Academy here in Grenada. Now they're going to start things off. Again, Ryan Gibson under center. He has one man behind him. It's Alderson, first down inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. He got it by about 4 yards.
You're right there. They just handed off right. We looked like we actually, away from the play, we collapsed their offensive line, but unfortunately they blocked good at the direct point of attack.
That they do.
But that's another, I question your play calling there. It seems to me we would have put all our big defensive tackles across the front on short yardage rather than leave a quicker but undersized.
Gibson is going to play action, roll to his left inside the 35, now cuts up in the middle, and he's inside the 30 down to the 27. Got hit pretty hard, but it was after a gain of right around 10 yards.
You're right. We cut the outside off, but then he cut up inside the defensive end, and he just had a nice hole there, spun through traffic for a nice 10-yard gain.
You know, the other thing, too, whatever the Raiders do defensively, we talked about North Delta. They have the ability to see what Kirk is doing and then audible into something that they can match up better against, and so credit them as well. 5:55 to go, opening quarter. Alderson gets the handoff up the middle. Line of scrimmage was the 28. He gets down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. And again, nothing flashy about that there, Cannon, but he got 5 yards.
No, I don't even see him running trap plays. That just looks like they're just straight up handing off.
5:35 to go. Clock runs. North Delta moves left to right on your radio dial. 5.5 again to go. North Delta leading 13-0 over Kirk here in the second quarter of play. Glad to have you with us on Star 92, on Fuller Digital Solutions, and on localgrenada.com. Ryan Gibson under center, and he's got Alderson right behind him as a fullback. Now the give is to G, who's the running back. G squirts through inside the 20, and he gets down from the 24 to about the 16, and that's some pretty tough running right there.
Greg, I'll hand that. We've been talking about their offensive line making holes and the running backs having it easy. That was all running back there. There was no hole there.
Yeah.
And to their ball carrier's credit, that 5-yard gain seemed like it was all him.
Oh, yeah, he squirted right through that hole, did a great job. And, again, Levi G., a nice compliment to Hawk Alderson. Then, of course, Drake Barton, their leading receiver, is quite the rusher also. 4:39 to go, first half of play. Ryan Gibson under center, trips to the right, flip to the right, and it's going to be Barton. No, it's G once again. Eludes the first man, line of scrimmage the 16. He's inside the 15 and close to that 10-yard line. And Levi G., he has some moves as well.
That was, once again, tough running. He was hit about right at the line of scrimmage. We came flying up, hit him, spun him around, and he just stayed on his feet and kept it for a nice 5-yard gain. Poor tackling by Kirk.
Credit the Raiders, though. We're bending, but we're really not breaking to this point. The longest run that North Delta had, there was a block in the back as far as breakaway runs. But, yes, they are indeed moving it rather well tonight, North Delta is, but we haven't given up many big plays. Now Gibson going to roll to his left. First pass attempt is incomplete right about the goal line, and I'll tell you what, good that it was incomplete, and now it brings up a 3rd down and 5 situation.
Well, you see his weakness there, Greg. His weakness is throwing the ball. There he had a wide-open receiver because it's sort of what I talked about. We're having to play the run so much that on a fake run pass play, the receivers are open, but he simply couldn't find an open receiver 10 yards downfield.
He underthrew it. It was well below ankle level within 2 or 3 yards of him.
Now we have a chance if our defense can rise up this play.
3rd and 5, and it's a fumbled snap. And no matter who recovers, it's still going to be 4th down. Looks like North Delta did get it.
Yes, he fell back on the ball.
But, hey, 3:38 to go here in the first half. 4th down now and 5 or 6.
I wonder if that's the do on the ball or if that's just – it's hard to say from this thing. It could easily have been a center quarterback screw-up. But we've talked about how you can easily see the tracks, the foot tracks through the wet grass. Looks like Mississippi summertime out there, the grass does with the do.
You better believe it. Timeout on the field. 3:25 to go here in the first half. North Delta 13. Kirk nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on Star 92.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Paul.
And we're here at Winona Tractor and Equipment. And boy, do we have some hay equipment for you today.
Well, Robbie, what we have here is the Kubota BV 4160 4x5 net wrap silage special power bind wide pickup baler.
How wide is that pickup, Paul?
It's pretty wide. We've got the all-new Kubota M6 141 for your baling and field work needs.
Folks, when you think tractor, think Winona Tractor and Equipment.
Hey, Carl.
He's Cannon Beisel. I'm Greg Slotsky, and it's 4th and 5 in North Delta in Kirk territory at our 11. Big play here tonight. Really a play that's going to keep Kirk in the game or put North Delta up by a bunch.
Greg, if I'm North Delta, which we're not, but I'm thinking sort of that similar play before. You roll the quarterback out and tell him run for the first down or dump pass it. But we'll see we'll see. Maybe they have confidence to just simply hand off up the middle. They're in that formation.
Trips to the right side. Ryan Gibson is under center. Alderson is the running back. Gibson, play action, roll to the right, design keeper inside the 10 down to the 7. He didn't get it.
I don't think he did, Greg. No, he did not.
He was short by a good yard, and the Raiders have held. Love it. Great defense, guys. Woo. Cannon, that could have been the difference in how the second half unfolds, because even if we don't score, only being down the 2 scores is a whole lot different than 19-20 or 21-0.
You're right, Greg. Here, of course, there's 3 minutes and 18 seconds for our listeners at home. We're deep in our own territory, so we certainly don't need any screw-ups. And, I don't know. We look good running the ball the first series, but the second series, we got 5 yards in penalties and 0 yards running the ball.
Yeah.
3 plays, so.
Well, we'll see how it goes here. Like Cannon said, 3:18 to go, first half, 13-0 North Delta. Colbert is in the shotgun. He's got Wren to his left. Wren is going to, or is that Parker? Parker actually out past the 10 to about the 12-yard line. Parker Goodson, I beg your pardon there. And Parker has a manageable second down for the Raiders.
Here's one thing I mentioned earlier, Greg. I don't like that we have our best receiver, pass catching receivers on the sidelines. Even if you want to run, I would think you would want to indicate that you might throw the ball and maybe back their linebackers and safety off away from the line when you run the ball.
2:45 to go here in the first half. Second down and 6. Colbert is in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the left. The give is up the middle. And it is Parker once again out past the 15 to about the 16-yard line. And I think the Raiders here, if they got another first down, or if they got a first down, would be a good opportunity then to go in to halftime at the very worst down 13-0.
Well, I think here if you can get a first down, you may want to actually consider throwing the ball. The question is how pessimistic you want to be. Should you run the play clock down before you snap? If you don't think you might can get 3rd and 1, you run the play clock all the way down. Although I think we're certainly running it down right here as long as we're taking.
3rd and 1.
Referee's arm is up.
Yep, ball is at the 16. Colbert in the shotgun. Flott goes in motion, and flags come flying.
Complete failure.
And the call.
By Kirk's offense. 31, and we're going to take a 5-yard penalty.
Delay of game is the call. And now it's 3rd and 6. So that, Cannon, that completely changes the play call dynamic here.
Here, now they called the penalty with the clock running, so I would think the rule states the clock should run again, although I don't see them signaling for the game clock to start. Usually if it's a penalty while the clock's running, there it is, the clock's running. Here I would confirm, at 3rd and 6, I wouldn't be in any hurry and wait for the referee to raise his arm to give you the indication.
Minute 45 to go. Clock runs, as Cannon mentioned. Give is to Parker up the middle, heading to the right side. Parker gets up close to that first down. Going to be a couple of yards short, but again, that delay of game was huge because on 3rd and 1, that would have been a first.
You're right. You just simply you can't take a delay of game in crucial situations. Not if all you're doing is calling a routine running play. We thought unfortunately it backfired. We laughed at North Delta earlier for routine running plays having to take a timeout. And
well, now North Delta will get the ball back with 1:05 left. The clock runs. Colbert in punt formation. He's got it right around the 1. He gets off a low line drive kick. It's going to take a Raider bounce.
Here you don't down it. You make the ref come in to stop the clock.
There you go. 50 seconds to go, and the ball is finally stopped at about the 37, 38-yard line of North Delta with 47 seconds to go. And Cannon, I'll just say this. As much as they've moved the ball on us, we've done some good things offensively, struggled a little at times offensively, but to only be down 13-0 really is not that bad.
Greg, to have your optimism.
Well, I'll tell you.
Right here, we certainly got them in the situation we want where they really need to pass. I think, if I recall, they have one timeout. They did not use it there when we were punting. But I think you gotta stop the big play, the quarterback bootleg. Their playbook's kind of open here.
Well, it is, and the question is, are they going to be aggressive and try to move the ball, or are they going to down it? Looks like
they're downing it.
They may just take a knee here. Yes. So Gibson will kneel on the ball. 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
Now I've been criticizing our coaching. Let's criticize North Delta's coaching. If you're going to down the ball, then they should have used their timeout to save time to see where they would have gotten the ball, because they could have used their timeout. If they weren't going to save it to run an offense, then you should have used your timeout on defense, because for all you know, they would have had a big punt return when they needed more time. So that's actually that decision of not using your timeout is not wise on North Delta's part.
Well, 12, 11, 10. Clock runs. Both teams going to head to halftime. So 13-0. North Delta leading our Kirk Raiders at intermission. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout and come back for the Endurance Physical Therapy halftime show. Again, at halftime, North Delta 13, the Kirk Raiders nothing. And you're listening to Kirk Raider football on Star 92.
Grenada State Bank will always take care of its customers.
This past April was 13 years that Grenada State Bank has been involved in the Grenada community because of the trust that this community has in Grenada State Bank. And for that, Grenada State Bank says thank you.
Personally, for me, I've worked at the bank for many years. I truly love my job.
Grenada State Bank will always be here for you.
Grenada State Bank, a branch of Cleveland State Bank. Bank on a better future with us.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 407859.
Can reduce visibility as well as
Let them carry your groceries to your car at the Grocery Basket in Grenada. You will see helpful, friendly staff from the minute you walk in until the last grocery bag is placed in your vehicle. They offer fresh produce and their meat is cut daily. The neat and clean environment will enhance your pleasant shopping experience. The Grocery Basket, 1770 Commerce Street, where we put more in your basket for less. Like them on Facebook. Good luck to the Kirk Academy Raiders from everyone at the Grocery Basket.
Anyone texting you, we can talk about that at halftime, too.
Jessica, what kind of good interest rate we have going on?
Oh, we have some serious 0% for 72 months right here at Kirk Auto.
Mo Kirk here at Kirk Auto Company. We got some new great deals. Come check them out. Get 0% financing for 72 months on 2020 F-150 XLTs or $5,000 off MSRP.
2020 Ford Fusion for 0% for 72 months, along with a $1,000 cash rebate.
Come see me and we'll get you a good deal.
Kirk Auto Company in Grenada. Kirk can.
Relationships with our customers for nearly 75
Short on cash? Call on the professional team at Family Choice Financial in Grenada when a cash need arises. Candace and her helpful team are able to assist you with auto or personal loans from $500 to $15,000 to use for repairs, vacation, or when any surprise situation arises. Stop by 1105 Sunwood Drive, Suite 5 in Grenada. Family Choice Financial, helping your budget meet your dreams and needs.
Is your home feeling a bit snug for your growing family? Do you have an empty nest and are ready to downsize? Thinking of selling your home? Landmark Realty is seeking homes for sale. They have buyers ready and waiting. They have the professionals with local expertise that can sell your home and help you find your new dream home. Landmark Realty, Sunset Drive, across from the post office in Grenada, 226-4454. Go Kirk Raiders from everyone at Landmark Realty.
Glad that the game is actually only 13-0. We are still in striking distance.
We are, Greg.
Microphone
Sorry,
down.
Greg, we are, but unfortunately, we got to have improvement on both sides of the ball. It's not just one. I mean, we got to improve both sides. We got to see some offense and some scoring, but we also need. I mean, yes, we held them and turned it over on downs, but on the 6-yard line last time after they drove, they're using up huge amounts of the clock. So there's not going to be a lot of possessions. In the second half.
That's exactly it. They're getting good gains, and also, Cannon, they are kind of. I'm not saying they're taking the play clock down to 1 or 2 every time, but yes, they're using a big chunk of the play clock, not being in a hurry and just doing a nice job of, like you said, chewing up the clock. Scoring summary, Hank Alderson, a 4-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good at 7:05 to go in the first quarter. That was on the opening drive that started at the North Delta 36. And Drake Barton, a 10-yard touchdown run. The last play of the first quarter, extra point no good. So again, North Delta leads 13-0. The Raiders, pretty much their best offensive series was their opening drive, and after that it was kind of rough. But Parker Goodson showed us some good things on that first series.
He did. He ran hard. There were actually holes there. But like I said, as the half moved on, they brought their safeties and defensive backs closer and closer to the line of scrimmage, which every step they come closer to the line of scrimmage makes it much more likely you're not going to get a big running gain. But everything in life's a trade-off. You say, well, why don't everybody bring all their defensive backs close to the line? Because they run the risk of giving up a big pass play, and unfortunately, we really haven't looked to take advantage of that change in their defense.
Well, and Coach mentioned in the pregame show as well that North Delta does do a lot of different things defensively, schemes as far as pressure to the quarterback and such. Maybe that's part of things as well. So hard to say, but again, the Raiders within 2 scores here in this thing. It's 13-0 North Delta. This is the Endurance Physical Therapy halftime show here on Star 92. And again, Cannon, still a shot here, and, down less than 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points.
Well, no, certainly we should get the ball to start the second half, and certainly we drive down the field and put it in the end zone first possession, even if it's some ridiculous 12 to 15-minute possession. You drive down and score and cut it to 1 score. Your defense is fired up. Everything's fired up. We come out 3 plays and punt, though. It's a whole different story. So this is a huge possession starting the second half, Greg.
Well, it sure is. Hey, A.J. Wren hasn't had a lot of carries tonight, but he, again, is a good complement to Parker Goodson. They both complement each other with their different styles. He's had a run or 2, though, where he's created some things up the middle, 8 or 10 or 12-yard runs. So maybe getting him to the outside or up the middle. But, again, it starts with that passing game, which can open up the middle and loosen things up.
You're right. I mean, we saw that last week. It's, we've seen that, I guess, several games in the second half where we've gone to passing, and it just seems to open everything up then. Once they were now only one play we had where it was a clear passing situation, and we had our top receiver Mook Prince in there. I noticed they were running double coverage on him. So, but that also pointed out you don't want to be so predictable. Even if you're going to run the ball some, you want to have your pass catching receivers in there so that if they're going to see him out there. See, since he's never out there during a running play. When they don't see him, they're thinking run the whole way. When you put him out there on a running play, if they want to double cover him, that just pulls another defender away from where you're running the ball, increasing your likelihood of a big play.
You bet. All about matchups and numbers, no question. Hey, speaking of matchups, again, we've given them a lot of credit tonight, but again, not a whole lot of long runs by North Delta, but the Big Hogs up front have been the difference in tonight's ball game.
No, you're right. I mean, they had the one long run that was 70 yards. They lost 20, I think, they netted 40 on the play, I think. But other than that, we've stopped the big run, but if you're North Delta, you're still happy. When you're getting 5, 7, 9 yards a carry, that's really all you need to go down the field.
And when you're taking your time with that play clock. So 5, 7, 9 yards over and over, that's chunks of over 10 in 2 or 3 different increments, and that keeps Mr. Clock rolling, no doubt. Hey, it's 13-0 North Delta, and any scores coming out off the sports ticker?
I do have some. Winona is playing at Oak Hill tonight and is winning in the second quarter 27-22, halfway through the second quarter. Some other scores aren't really updated, but Simpson and Leak are 0-0 in the first quarter of their game. For some of our local listeners in public school, Oxford looks like they're up 11-0 in the second quarter over Olive Branch. Coffeyville is 0-0 in the first quarter with Shaw. Like I said, I assume some of these scores just simply aren't updated.
You know what, Cannon? I am 46 years old. I don't think I've ever seen a score 11-0 before in football.
It's very unusual. And here's why, Greg. If we can wax eloquent, you go for 2 on the extra point for a touchdown when you don't have a good kicker.
Yep.
But if you have a good kicker that can make field goals, then you tend to have the same kicker kick extra points.
Yeah.
So it is very unusual to say, we need to go for 2 on a touchdown because our kicker's not good. Oh, wait, we have a field goal opportunity. Let's let the same kicker kick a field goal. So that's why I'm saying it's very unusual to see 11-0. It's just not common. 10-0 is way more common because you have a good kicker that can make an extra point and a field goal.
Well, exactly, which, by the way, going to be 47 shortly, and still got the good explanation there. That's exactly why I've never seen an 11-0, because if the kicker's good, they don't go for the 2, and there you go. So, Cannon, I mean, who said you weren't an analyst? You can do it all here. I'm telling you. He's Dr. Cannon Beisel. This is Greg Slotsky, Melissa in the morning, our studio engineer. It's 13-0. The Kirk Raiders trail North Delta. Glad to have you with us here on the Star 92 airwaves and on Fuller Digital Solutions and on localgrenada.com. This is the Endurance Physical Therapy halftime show, and we're going to continue with it after this 2-minute timeout here on Star 92.
Ready to get your money moving? Zelle is a fast, safe, and easy way to send money in minutes to friends, family, and others you trust, and it's now available in the Guarantee Bank mobile app. Enroll today and get your money moving. Guarantee Bank together with Zelle. Transactions typically occur in minutes when the recipient's email address or U.S. mobile number is already enrolled with Zelle. Mobile carrier fees may apply. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, FDIC.
Specializes in criminal and
I would consider Grenada home. I've been in this area my whole life. People here in Grenada are very genuine, and we believe in family. Even before I became owned as an agent, my home, my car insurance, and everything was with Farm Bureau already. We're here in the community. I'm a phone call away or a text message away. Anything happen, I'll be there for you. At the football games on Friday night, we're there. The baseball games, we're there. I am George Chandler with Farm Bureau Insurance in Grenada. We are the home team.
Here at Winona Tractor, you can pay with one of the 3 C's, cash, quarters, or credit card. We've got the all-new Kubota MX 5400 cab tractor. Haul with it, you can rake with it, you can do your food plots with it.
What about this little Kubota unit right here?
Yeah, and folks, don't forget, like Robbie said, we can build a variety of package deals here at Winona Tractor. If you'll buy this one, I'll even throw Robbie in.
Folks, when you think tractor, think Winona Tractor and Equipment.
Who are we? Kirk Brothers Sunset. Hit it, Joe. Right now, get up to $12,000 off on 2020 Ram trucks. This is a Hemi. If it's good enough for John Dutton, it's good enough for you. Get 0% up to 72 months on select Jeeps right here at Kirk Brothers Sunset. Bam! Woo! This is intense with all these deals going on, man. Yeah, I know, Joe. I gotta calm down. But first, you gotta break it down. Don't miss the Jeep Adventure Days and the Ram Power Days event here at Kirk Brothers Sunset in Grenada, Mississippi.
Talking about the tackles Nolan Long and Blaine Sanders, the guards Dalton Barton and Max Michael, and at center Ridge Alderson, and they have just really done a masterful job. I'll tell you though, Sam Cashaw's had the hardest hit of the game, and it's not even close.
No, Greg, that's a brutal highlight. His parents need to get a clip off of this to YouTube and record that for his posterity.
You better believe it. Running back came straight ahead, hit a brick wall, and then was driven straight backwards into the dew-covered grass. Sam Cashaw doing a nice job for the Kirk Raiders on the defensive line. Again, the Raiders, they're bending but really not breaking. Again, the one long run, and it's only 13-0, but yes, North Delta has gotten yards in chunks. And not just that, but they've gotten drives sustained with running plays where the clock's always running. I think they've only attempted the one pass tonight, Cannon.
No, you're right. That's it seems basically their passing play is a quarterback fake bootleg rollout. That's their big, which is going for broke running, which basically means when you're a running team, that's your, quote, passing play. Greg, I do have a few more scores that some of our listeners may be interested in. For those of you from Carroll County, it looks like J.C. George is beating, Bruce 18-0. For those of the listeners from North Delta, from Panola County, North Panola is beating Water Valley 56-12. And for those of you east of Grenada, Calhoun Academy is beating CCA 22-20 in their game.
Wow. At North Delta, Water Valley. That's a kind of, not North Delta,
North
but
Panola.
North Panola, Water Valley. That's kind of surprising. You don't see Water Valley get blown out very often. So, hey, 5 or so minutes left here before the start of the second half. Here, North Delta leading at 13-0 over Kirk. And, of course, I'll tell you what, Mississippi State is off tomorrow, but we are the flagship, not flagship, but we are a network station for Mississippi State. So tune in to Mississippi State football throughout the season. Exciting times with Mike Leach. And, of course, they're still learning the ropes a little bit. And who's Ole Miss have tomorrow?
They are playing Auburn.
Oh, my. Gotcha.
At in Oxford, which actually they stand a chance because Auburn's quarterback Bo Nix puts up, looks like two different players. At his home statistics versus his away statistics look like totally different players.
Well, there you go. Of course, Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin, and kind of neat for me because he's a Lincoln, Nebraska guy. He and his dad was a player at Nebraska, coached at Nebraska. He was on the 71 coaching staff there. And so a lot of fun for me to see the eras kind of collide and see the Kiffins both down here at Ole Miss. So,
Greg, I didn't know you're from Nebraska.
Yeah, Omaha.
Are you a Cornhusker fan?
Absolutely, big time.
Now, they have a big game tomorrow, don't they? Don't they start their season, I think, tomorrow with Ohio State?
Yes, on the road. So thank you, Big Ten. What happened there was Nebraska was one of the vocal leaders in getting the Big Ten to start the season and fighting them to be able to have a season. And the Big Ten said, well, that's lovely. Thanks for doing that. Now we're going to have you start at Ohio State, home against Wisconsin, then Northwestern, and then Penn State. Thank you so much. So how about that for 4 games to start a year?
Well, there might, while that sounds somewhat of a conspiracy theory, there may be something to it because Nebraska was sure making noise and threatening lawsuits about about playing football.
You better believe it. And I'll tell you what, Nebraska not going to shy away from any schedule that you give them, obviously, and they're looking forward to the challenge. But again, interesting how that works with that group of 4 teams to start the year. Hey, it's right now it is North Delta leading Kirk 13-0 here at intermission. Looks like Kirk's getting ready to take the field again and maybe start warming up, start some stretching. But Cannon, I'll tell you what, the big key is when the Raiders get the ball to sustain a drive, and, of course, putting one in the barn would be huge to start the second half.
And it's all going to depend on up front. We've seen North Delta's offensive line blow open holes. Now it's time to see Kirk do the same.
You bet.
If they want to sustain drives.
Parker Goodson has run tough. A.J. Wren has also shown some signs of being very tough tonight. So we'll see how things roll. It is 13-0 North Delta, and we're back with the second half in 3 minutes right here on Star 92.
Coffee, ice cream, breakfast, lunch, and laughter. Those are just a few of the things going on at any given time at Square Market. Get that spring in your step to start your day with one of their coffees, mochas, or lattes, and a nice breakfast. Lunch features quiche, salads, and sandwiches with brownies and cheesecake for dessert. Add comfy chairs and free Wi-Fi to the mix, and perfection is met. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. Square Market on the Square in downtown Grenada.
Insurance needs. David McElrath has been in business for
Family Health Clinic of Grenada is a full-service family practice offering primary care, well child exams, annual sports and DOT physicals, full lab testing, diabetes management, and women's health care in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Their mission is to provide the absolute best, personalized, high-quality medical treatment with the primary focus being preventative care. Family Health Clinic, Sunset Drive, Grenada.
I'm dropping what I'm doing and going, and the one time.
Neal Auto Company in Grenada is dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. They have extensive relationships in the dealer community, allowing them to purchase a wide variety of lease return vehicles at exceptional values. This enables Neal Auto to pass along huge savings on the highest quality vehicles, and they offer a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Neal Auto, Sunset Drive, Grenada. Go Kirk Raiders.
seen by the generations of farmers that they've helped.
Brewster's H&W Compounding in Grenada combines high-quality products with personalized care. Every prescription dispensed is made in the lab by experienced pharmacists specializing in bioidentical hormones, dermatologic, dental, veterinary, and much more. They believe that being a local independent pharmacy means providing services to patients that are customized to meet their needs. Serving and supporting the Grenada area for over 50 years. Brewster's H&W Compounding, Grenada.
Get lost. Lost Pizza in Grenada, that is. A menu filled with appetizers, salads, sandwiches, build your own or signature pizzas, Mississippi Delta hot tamales, dessert, and a new selection of lunch specials is what you'll find at Lost Pizza. It's an outstanding atmosphere for birthday parties as well. It's no wonder they were voted Mississippi Magazine's best pizza in 2019. They're open 7 days a week. Go Kirk Raiders from everyone at Lost Pizza, Grenada. Feeling sick? Get to MediQuick. Since 1998, MediQuick Clinic has been your fastest way to get medical attention when you're sick or have a minor emergency, and no appointment is necessary. They offer primary care, physicals, wellness exams, and more. Stop by MediQuick Clinic on Sunset Drive in Grenada or call 229-0669. That's 229-0669. Good luck to the Kirk Academy Raiders from everyone at MediQuick Clinic.
On field. Certainly they saw us probably on film run the kickoff back last week, so they're not kicking it deep. So I would certainly make sure we take what they call the big uglies out of the game, the ones that do the big blocking, and basically, and that actually, looks like what we're doing. We have a receiver on the front line, fullback on the front line, another receiver on the front line. So we are going with the hands team on this kickoff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not a total onside kick, but it's just kind of a halfway in the middle squib kick to ensure that there's not going to be much of a return.
We have also put, looks like, Moot Prince in the middle where they kicked it the last 2 times and we fell on it, maybe hoping he'll just pick it up.
There you go. There's another squib kick at the 41. It's bobbled, and the Raiders do recover, but that was kind of close for comfort right there. Raiders do get it, though. Walker Staten.
He bobbled it, went backwards, so we lost about 4 yards on the return, but at least we recovered it, which I guess is the big thing.
Well, you know what? And in the overall scheme of things, you start at your own 38. You know, if they kick it deep, we're starting right around our 20 probably. So we'll take this. And, again, biggest possession of the game for the Raiders so far, just starting out here in quarter number 3. The Raiders on offense down 13-0.
Greg, we have Moot Prince in the game. First play.
Yep, Prince is going wide to the left side. Colbert is in the shotgun. And the pitch play goes to the right to Wren. Wren looks for the blocking to develop. He goes up the middle, line of scrimmage, the 38. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. I think about the 39 is where they'll give him. Second down and long.
Yeah, unfortunately that play, we didn't get much out of Cashaw. He let one guy go in the background, ran, juked him, but then Cashaw looked like he was waiting on someone to come block instead of go after somebody. So it was still only a small gain on the pitch outside.
Yeah, and by the time Wren was waiting for blocking to develop, they had tackled him. So it's going to be now second down and a long 8. 2 receivers go wide to the right side. Colbert again in the shotgun. Now going left is Boone. Flott goes in motion left to right. Colbert is going to give to Wren. A.J. slips his first tackle, makes a miss, but gets up just past the 40 to about the 41. Still only a gain of maybe 1.
Well, they came from the backside and slowed him up. We ran right. Looks like they came from the offensive left side, hit him on the heels while he broke the tackle. It slowed him up. And anything you can do to slow up a running back and slow down the speed at the point of attack makes it much easier to tackle him.
Especially both teams, again, are playing on the slippery field with the dew. You can see the footprints. And
here, Greg, I'm going to go ahead and try my hand at Tony Romo and predict a rollout to the left side.
Let's see what
back towards us.
Let's see if we can get one completed for a minimum of 6 yards. That would work. Timeout, North Delta. So, third down and 6. 10:21 to go here in the third. Raiders facing 3rd and 6, down 13-0. And we'll be back in 30 seconds on Star 92.
Salad Etc. in Grenada is where nutritious meets delicious. Stop in today and enjoy your choice of salad, sandwich, or wrap with a variety of tasty sides. And if you have a sweet tooth, try one of their delicious desserts. Try an amazing club salad or grilled chicken wrap, and they're sure you will add them to your list of favorites. You can eat in and enjoy the nice family atmosphere, or you can carry it out. Salad Etc. Open weekdays from 10 to 6, West Monroe Street, Grenada.
Well, we weren't the only ones that know this is one of the bigger plays for the Raiders tonight. Coach Alderson knew as well, called the timeout.
You're right. They went ahead and burned a timeout early in the third quarter to make sure. Nope, they're one-on-one with Prince up on him tight.
He's going wide to the left. Prince is half-cock in the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Rolls to the right, got his man, and it's Boone, and he's within a yard or so of that first down, going to be driven back. But now here's decision time, Cannon. 4th and 1 at your own 47. But if North Delta gets the ball, they can hold on to it forever.
Unfortunately, Greg, it's hard to blame the receiver. You can't see what's behind him, but you almost wanted to yell when he caught it, just back up and fall down. But he spun in a loop, so he actually spun away from the first down line.
Yep, interesting stuff here. 4th down and 1.
And we're punting.
And we are going to punt the football. So see how the Raider defense can respond here. Colbert is going to punt the ball. We think. Time will tell. No return men for North Delta. Colbert gets the kick. It's an end-over-end kick. No return man. It's going to bounce at the 20 and pretty much drop down at the 21-yard line. So 9:24 to go. North Delta Not going to say they can hold on to the ball forever. I guess I misspoke there, but they do hold on to it for large chunks. That was the first half pattern. Raiders gambling that the defense can get a stop here, down 13-0.
Greg, unfortunately, we finally completed a pass and really got no benefit from it because then we turned and well, actually, I take it back. We did complete that fourth down pass for 8 yards when it was 4th and 9.
4th and 9.
So it seems like our 2 completed passes have been 1 yard short of a first down when they both needed to be 1 yard further downfield.
Well, right now the big picture is 13-0 North Delta. This is the first possession of the second half for the Green Wave. Remember this, at 9:23 left in the third, Ryan Gibson is under center. He's going to give to the running back, and that's Alderson. He goes up the middle, heads toward the right, goes from the 21 to about the 23. That's a 2-yard gain. That clock runs, and it's now 2nd down and 8 or so for North Delta.
Greg, that was all Rodney Deffenbaugh and Sam Cashaw. While they didn't make the tackle, they did what you should do. Drive your offensive lineman back into the backfield. It made the running back basically completely stop, then try to turn and get something, and held into a small gain.
Then by then, your friends are there to help with the tackle. Gibson is again under center, 2 receivers wide to the left. Give to Alderson up the middle. Line of scrimmage, the 23. He's out near that 30-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down now and about 2. This kid's a tough runner. Looked like he was dragging some tacklers for at least a few yards.
It looked like he moved early. He moved out to catch the pitch, it looked like, before the ball was snapped, but no flag.
Well, that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2, so let's hope that we can stop him here regardless of the fact that maybe should have been a penalty there. 3rd down and 2, 8:10 left here, 3rd quarter. Gibson is same thing.
Movement, there was movement. I think they had a lineman move, and I think they had a back move as well on that play.
Illegal procedures.
Wow, big penalty.
You know what?
Penalty.
And I'm so glad that happened, because if it should have happened the play before, it's just good to see things even out.
All right, big play here for Kirk defense, Greg. 3rd and 6.
You bet, buddy. 8:08 left here in the third. 13-0 North Delta. As Cannon mentioned, 3rd and 6.
It was a suspicious lineup. They didn't have their big power back in that running back. They had a much smaller guy last play when they moved early.
Yeah, on 3rd and 2. So, yeah.
Now he's back in there.
Yep, Ryan Gibson is again under center. He's got the I formation. Now G goes to the right. Lines up, trips to the right. Gibson will roll to the right. He's got some pressure. Now he throws, got a man wide open at the 40, 45, 50, 45, and down to the 40-yard line. And that is Leighton Wells, the wide receiver, the junior for North Delta. And that's one of those where he's not the world's best passer, but all that running just fooled our secondary, and he was wide open.
Wow, Greg, he was hand fight. We had a hand on him, and he hand fought. It wasn't true a stiff arm, but it's like he stuck his hand out and slapped the defender's hands off of him long enough to then complete a pass to your right, a wide open receiver downfield. Well, wasn't a pretty thrown ball, but it was still a wide open receiver, and he caught it, and that's what mattered.
Well, just to elaborate on what you said, maybe that's why he was so wide open. So you called it. I was watching the quarterback develop the play from that angle. Now Gibson on a 1st and 10 will pitch going to the left side, and that's a new running back in there down to the 38-yard line, Lewis Smith. So they have about 4 running backs that can really do the job, down to about the 37 now of Kirk with 7:10 to go in the third. And again, a 13-0 North Delta lead. Cannon, again, this is the biggest defensive series now of the game for the Raiders.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the one big play, they've won that battle so far. Let's see if we can get another big play, Greg.
Gibson is under center. 2 receivers wide to the right side. 1 running back in the backfield, and the give is to that running back. And Big Sam is that brick wall, and he pushes him back right at the line of scrimmage.
You're right, Greg. He lowered the shoulder on Sam, but you're better off trying to go around him instead of through him.
Maybe Lewis Smith will remember that next time, because he got drilled. Now it is going to be a 3rd down, and again, somewhat long situation. Very doable here for the Raider defense to make a stop.
Now here, Greg, unless you stop them for a loss, I think you're looking in they're probably in 4-down territory. So unlike the previous possession where it was 3rd and long and you felt if you held them they would punt, here not only do we need to, pressure's on, not only do we need to stop them short, we need to stop them well short.
Well, yeah, because it's 4 down, you bet, 4-down territory. Now Gibson is under center. 1 running back is Alderson. I think they drew us off again. And it must be that hard count because it was more than one interior defensive lineman that moved.
Second time, 3rd and 6. They get a 5-yard penalty.
So now it'll be 3rd and 1. That changes the dynamic of the play calling here for North Delta. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. 3rd and 1 for North Delta. The ball at the Kirk 32-yard line. Again, this is a big play for Kirk defensively, but doggone it, 3rd and 6, Cannon, looked like it would have been a whole lot better. Now it's 3rd and 1. Ryan Gibson is under center. Tight backfield to give to Alderson. He's got that first down inside the 30, goes to his left and down to the 26. So on 3rd and 1, he gets about 7 yards, and that looks like there's 5:33 left here in the third. And, Cannon, that looks like a minimum of about 2 or so more minutes just to run 3 more plays, depending on how they even do on running plays.
Well, Greg, right here, it doesn't look like we can hold them 4 plays.
Yeah,
we got to, rather than routine tackle, we basically have to have someone step up and completely blow up a play.
Well, Sam has done that a time or two. Now Gibson rolls to his right. Gibson's got a man at the 20, breaks 1 tackle, now inside the 15, inside the 10, the 5, and it's going to be Drake Barton for a touchdown. He got in on the right side of the end zone, down that right sideline, and that was a big one.
Greg, I'd have to see that on replay, but it looked like the receiver further downfield was blocking while the ball was in there. But I'd have to say a replay to actually say for sure. But that was a little dump pass and just poor tackling at the end. In for a touchdown.
26-yard pass play. Drake Barton has rushed for a touchdown. He has received a touchdown now. And the kick is up, and it is no good. A wobbly duck wide to the left. So, by the way, this drive started with 9:23 left in the third, so it went over 4 minutes. Extra point is no good. So it is 19-0. North Delta, 5:04 left here in the third quarter. And I'll tell you what, this changes how the Raider offense will need to look at things as well, down by now 3 scores.
You're right, Greg. I mean, we haven't, to be honest, we haven't seen any offense since the very first possession of the game, have we? I don't think we've had a first down since then.
Yeah, not much. I don't
think we've had any. So we're sort of to the point now where we have to just completely open it up.
Well, if Lewis Smith does another little line drive squib kick, that gives us the ball right around the 35 or 40. That's at least a good starting point. But again, it's time then to get to business and try to put one in the barn here. Down 19-0 now. The Kirk Raiders going to make the playoffs no matter what, but unless things change dramatically, looks like it'll be a road game perhaps next week. So North Delta kicking off again. Lewis Smith. North Delta moving left to right on your radio dial in their road white jerseys, the gray pants, gray helmets, and green numerals, as you might expect since they are the Green Wave. Raiders in their home reds with the white numerals, navy blue pants, and white helmets. And there's another little squib kick, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Greg, that's actually a good play for them. They have 5 defenders, and we have 4 people over there.
So they've actually
recover the ball. So they're actually, even though we've covered every time, it's been close every time, they actually outnumber us in people over there going for the ball.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that's that matchup thing we talk about. Right now, as far as the numbers game, right now, it is the Raiders needing to get to business offensively. 5:04 left here in the third, 19-0 in favor of North Delta. And that was a 26-yard pass play. They've had a 60-yard run that ended up being a 40-yard run after the block in the back. But other than that, just chunks of yardage and using that clock. That's the story of the game for North Delta's success. Colbert is in the shotgun right now. And he's going to pitch to the right, and there's nothing there for Parker Goodson. In fact, he's hit at about the 35 right when he got the pitch.
At number 7 for them, just made a good heads-up play. It just comes across, sitting there, and you pitched it right into him, sitting there for a big loss on first down.
That's Levi G. So not only is he a great running back, You know, the thing about North Delta, too, again, you're right, Cannon, it starts with the big hogs up front, but because of that offensive line for North Delta, they have 4 guys that look like they could all easily start.
No, you're right. Although number 7 that time, it's not like we missed a block. He was the outside linebacker or safety that came way up, and it's basically uncovered.
So Colbert now in the shotgun is going back. He's going to fire it to the left past midfield. Got his man, and it's Flott to the 48, and that is going to be a Raider first down.
Nice run. Basically ran 14 yards downfield, curled in, just sat there. Colbert hit him, then he spun upfield for another 3-yard gain.
Flott is staying in the game, but it looks like he's limping.
Looks like it's going to be.
Oh, that's
no, the ball. You're right. Once again, the ball is past the 48. The line marker's at the 48, and they're still debating was it a first down or not.
I thought he got it by a whole yard, Cannon, and he did. So here we go. Ball at the 48-yard line of North Delta. Nice to be in Green Wave territory. Colbert with a nice pass that time. Now it's going to be Colbert in the shotgun, rolling back and going to his right. He's got a man again, and it's Boone inside the 40. Another first down, Raiders.
Nice. Well, that was basically a 7-yard out. They're giving a cushion. He caught it, and then he actually turned upfield and got another 3 yards lowering his head.
And I like it, too. At the very end of that, it looked like he backed up to make sure he could use his legs to push for that first down.
We had good blocking that time. They dropped all the linebackers, all the defensive backs. They only rushed 4, and basically Colbert had plenty of time to find a receiver.
3:40 to go, third quarter, 1st and 10. The ball is at the 37, 38-yard line of North Delta. Kirk trailing 19-0. Colbert in the shotgun, rolls back, flips left, got a man at the 25, down to the 22, and it's Flott once again. He took a hard hit, but he got another Raider first down.
You're right, Greg. That time, North Delta looks like they're in a man, but they're actually running a zone. They bring a defensive back up in the receiver's face out wide, and you think he's going to run deep with the receiver, and he just simply sat there, but we threw it right behind him on the pass play. We threw it behind him. So that's good. They were actually looking for a cheap interception there by covering someone up tight and just standing there, but we threw it right behind him.
Ball is at the 22 of North Delta. Colbert in the shotgun. Back at the 30, sees pressure, flag down, fires it to nobody. I guess there was a receiver in the area there, but it looks like it may be a hold as a flag in the backfield.
You're right. It certainly, I mean, it's 9 times out of 10 it's holding, 1 time out of 10. If this were NFL, it'd be defensive lineman, hands to the face, which you never see in high school. So.
No. So that would be a holding, and we'll see. Doggone it, if it's in the backfield, then it's 10 yards from the spot.
No, it should be 10 yards from the line.
Oh, okay.
It's still just 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Okay, good deal. Well, thank you for clarifying that. And now with 3:03 left here in the third, still does bring up.
Then again, maybe they marked it off on the line, but they marked 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Wow. Well, either way, it's.
I mean, I'm not an expert on high school rules, but I've never seen a holding be a 15-yard penalty.
Well, unless it was from the spot of the foul.
No, he marked out. He counted from the line of scrimmage is when he started marking it.
Well, then I have no clue either. Hey, I'll tell you, Colbert in the shotgun. It is now 1st and a week and a half. Pass goes to Wren. He nearly went down, got his footing back, but then is tackled at about the 36. So got what? About 5 yards. But it's going to bring up 2nd down and
22 roughly.
Yeah. 2nd down and Renaissance Bank, I think we have to get the first. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Hathcock in the shotgun, trips to the left side. Raiders down 19-0. Colbert back at the 45, zips a pass over the middle, overthrown and incomplete, and that was intended, I believe, for Flott again, right around the 20.
He was open. That one was 5 yards over his, maybe 5 yards is exaggeration, about 5 feet over his head. But now you see, we've seen this in the past. We do not have the offense to overcome 10, or if the referee's going to mark it off a 15-yard penalty. It's just holding. It's just bad. Shoot yourself in the foot.
Well,
play.
And then you have to worry about getting them in chunks of yardage. Right now it is 3rd down Says 27. The ball is at the 36. Colbert rolling to his right, sees pressure and goes down at the 48-yard line. Flag comes down, and that could be a face mask.
It looked like they tripped him by the foot.
Looks like a flag came down.
But I don't understand it'd be holding because we weren't there blocking. It was basically, for our listeners at home, they had two defenders back on the quarterback. I didn't see anything around his helmet. Looked like they dove for his foot, and he tripped, and they tripped him, and then he threw a flag.
Cannon painted a great picture, too, because there was no lineman back there to hold, so it couldn't have been a holding on us. It was, if I'm Colbert, my eyes are the size of Texas looking at those defenders.
There is a penalty on the
personal foul on.
But he didn't signal. He didn't signal face mask.
Didn't signal horse collar.
And it well. They tackled him at his feet, and he's not standing. I mean, we're not playing in NFL where they say you can't go after a quarterback's feet.
Peggy informed us the second guy hit him when he was on the ground. So there you go.
Wow, I didn't.
Thank you, Peggy. She does more than just the Fuller Digital filming. Keeps us in line. So that does make a lot of sense.
Hit him. I see them arguing. That was kind of. It may have been after the tackle, but it wasn't blatant.
Well,
right. Timeout, Kirk.
You bet. Hey, timeout, Kirk. Looks like third down and a bundle. 2:15 to go in the third. We're back in 30 on Star 92. Kirk down 19-0.
Salad Etc. in Grenada is where nutritious meets delicious. Stop in today and enjoy your choice of salad, sandwich, or wrap with a variety of tasty sides. And if you have a sweet tooth, try one of their delicious desserts. Try an amazing club salad or grilled chicken wrap, and they're sure you will add them to your list of favorites. You can eat in and enjoy the nice family atmosphere, or you can carry it out. Salad Etc. Open weekdays from 10 to 6, West Monroe Street, Grenada.
He's Cannon Beisel. I'm Greg Slotsky. And again, third down and about 22 yards. This is obviously four-down territory, Cannon. So, like we said, you can get them in increments.
I mean, if someone's open 20-some yards downfield, you throw it, but you just don't throw it up to throw it. You try at this point. You're thinking 10 to 12 yards. Run downfield, settle in like we hit Flawed earlier. Hit him. If you can get another 3 yards, fine, and and basically go into fourth and manageable. I think here, if you just bail out and just heave it up, you're more likely to get it intercepted. Now, if he sees an open receiver way downfield, that's a whole nother story.
You bet. Trips go to the left side. Colbert is in the shotgun. Raiders move right to left on the dial. Parker goes to the right of Colbert. Colbert now is at the 42. He's going to look downfield, zips it over the middle. Got a man! Caught! 5! Touchdown!
Wow, right over the extended arms of number 7 into Flaught's hands, who then broke a tackle at the 5-yard line for the touchdown.
Wow. 37-yard, I believe, touchdown pass. Was that about 33?
You're right. They were about the 33. He caught it maybe around the 8. It's hard to say, around the 8-yard line. They had a defender right there, and I was like, well, that's going to get deflected. It cleared the defender's hand barely, and then right into Flaught's arms, crossing the field.
Then he turned her in and scored the touchdown, and now it is Seibel with the extra point upcoming. Raiders right back in this thing. Snap down. Kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. North Delta 19, the Raiders 7. Not only have we busted up the shutout, we're a part of the ball game.
Greg, and Colbert had good blocking that time. He had plenty of time to sit in the back, watch the receivers and their routes. He found him, and basically the ball had to be right there where it was. Like I said, it barely cleared the defender up closer defender's hands for the catch. And then not only did he make a good catch, he then had to break a tackle around the 5-yard line to get into the end zone.
Exactly. Now, getting the touchdown was a nice bonus, but I'll tell you what, I was just tickled to death to get the catch and to know at the very worst it was a first down.
No, you're right. I was just thinking, big completion for a first down, but then he went ahead and broke the tackle, took it into the end zone.
You better believe it. 19-7, North Delta leading, but the Raiders got a nice little spark there. Now the Raiders going to kick off with, again, a minute 50. Is that a minute 50 or minute 58? Okay.
Minute 58.
Hard to tell if that's a 0 or an 8, but either way, the third quarter winding down. But there is still time. Raiders with Seibel going to kick off. Wow. Talk about electrifying right there. Jolted the building with that one.
It's going to come down to our defense, Greg, to see if we can stop them. The one possession we stopped them, they turned it over on downs, but after driving all the way downfield.
Graham Seibel getting ready to kick things off here. And it's a high pop-up heading toward the right, and it's going to be fair caught at the 35-yard line by North Delta. So let's remember this here now. 1:57 left in the third. Let's see that we can make this drive not last too long, because it's 19-7. Raiders with a beautiful drive. The end result, 33-yard touchdown pass, half-cocked to Flott. Ball right around the 5 to 8 yard line on the catch, and Flott did the rest himself. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's turn. So Ryan Gibson will flip to the running back, and that's Drake Barton. And very methodical again. North Delta goes up the middle for close to 10 yards. In fact, it is 10 yards. They're already moving the chains.
You're right. He had a 5-yard gain, and then he carried our defender the last 5 yards for the 10-yard gain.
So maybe it isn't just the big hogs up front. It's the tough running backs for North Delta. It's the whole combination. Clock runs, 1:38 left in the third. 19-7, North Delta with the lead and with the ball. One receiver goes wide to the right side. Gibson again under center. Double wing set.
Two men moving at once, no flag.
Gibson goes to the left, now cuts it up the middle, past midfield to the 45. And again, two men moving at the same time should be a legal procedure, but instead it's a 9-yard run down to about the 45 of the Raiders.
I'm not sure every single fan in our stands noted they had 2 men in motion. We noted they had 2 men in motion. And
3 men in stripes did not see that they had 2 men in motion, and that's why it is now 2nd down and 1.
High school level refereeing.
So with that said, 50 seconds to go here in the third. I just wish I knew how you felt. Now it's a tough one. Now we need to stop them. 2nd down and 1. Gibson under center. The give is to G going left. He's got that first down. He goes from the 44-yard line down to the 40, and that is a gain of 4 yards, and they're going to move the clock, the chains, and the clock will start running here after they do that. It's now 38 seconds left in the third. Raiders need a defensive stop here after a wonderful drive the last time around. Still very much a part of the game, but that methodical running of North Delta, they don't look like they're panicking. They just flip the switch into what they do best. Ryan Gibson again under center. Double wing formation, and the give is up the middle to Barton once again. Drake Barton, he goes inside that 35, down inside the 30 to about the 29. Move the chains again, a gain of 11. They keep moving those chains. That's that double wing formation, that tight formation with the quick handoff, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Raiders showed signs. North Delta now on the move. After 3, North Delta 19, the Raiders 7, and we're back in 60 seconds on Star 92.
Attention, traditional or non-traditional students in the area looking to better yourselves professionally. You'll benefit greatly right here in Grenada with an associate's degree from Holmes Community College. Excel in programs such as criminal justice, surgical technology, practical nursing, computer network technology, emergency medical, heating and air, and more. Be in the classroom or take online classes. Visit homecc.edu to find out more.
Digital Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa. And we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
Well, this possession started for North Delta with 1:57 left in the third. We're now starting the fourth quarter. The ball is at the 28-yard line of the Raiders. North Delta leading at 19-7. Cannon, this is a big defensive series here for the Raiders, probably the biggest of the game.
You're right, Greg, but so far this series we have yet to see any good defensive play.
Gibson to Alderson up the middle, and a basic running play goes from the 29, 28 to the 20-ish, so it'll be second down and 2 yards to go. That was just looked like a basic handoff.
They have gone about 45 yards on just routine handoffs. Nothing trick. There's no trick play. There's no being fooled. It's just simply turn around, hand off to the running back, and watch them go to 5 to 7 to 8 yards of run.
And you have to give North Delta credit because Kirk had a drive. They got back in the game, and North Delta didn't panic. They're running the same plays. They're doing them well. There's Alderson up the middle, another hole. And he's dragging tacklers down inside the 15. And right around the 10-yard line goes Hawk Alderson, and that's going to be another first down. Cannon, interesting to see if it's first and goal at the 10 or if they can get a first.
No, it looks like the ball is across the line. Well, or touching.
Yeah,
they called it at the 10. So
okay.
If it's touching the line, it's go. At least if you're going to give up first and goal, giving it up with the nose of the ball barely touching the 10-yard line is the spot to be in, I guess. But when they're getting 8 yards of carry, Greg, I don't have much confidence here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the best possible scenario on a first and goal. But, yeah, defense needs to step up here. North Delta really is playing well this drive, have played well tonight as a whole. 10:48 to go, clock runs. Pitch play goes to the right. Barton is going to be hit. He's going to be stopped. And that was a nice one. Second and goal at the 10.
Yeah, that one I got to call my own son's name. That was Luke Beisel. Stepped across the line, took his blocker, shed his blocker, and stood him up in the backfield. To be honest, though, while I'm calling out my son, that's the first time all night I've actually seen him shed a blocker and come across the line of scrimmage and hit the guy in the backfield.
And he's done a nice job. And I'll tell you what, though, North Delta's done a nice job of blocking.
Every one of these plays is big here. The next 3 plays is keeping them away from the goal line, so that even if you give up a few yards on a run, you can still tackle him short of a touchdown.
Second and goal at the 10. Give is to Alderson up the middle. He's going to be hit. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Red shirts everywhere you look.
That was Cashaw. Cashaw grabbed him around the waist, held him up, and then everybody else came in to join. So we've blown up 2 straight plays. Now we're going to see what they're going to run with 2 plays to go from the 9-yard line.
Third down and goal at the 9.
Now I expect to see something other than just simply a routine handoff.
Hey, and a field goal here. It's still a 2-score game, Cannon. Gibson under center, I formation. He's going to roll to his left. Fires it in the end zone and overthrown. They tried to get a one-handed catch. Couldn't do it. Now it's 4th and goal.
He was open. He got one hand on it, was juggling it, and I don't know if he was going to catch it in bounds or not, but A.J. Wren clarified matters by putting his helmet in his chest and knocking him out the back of the end zone. But I actually think he was going to make a catch. I don't know if it's going to be a legal catch with a foot in bounds, but A.J. stopped that. So this is a big play here.
A.J. was a problem solver there.
That was a quarterback rollout, and actually the quarterback had to throw at that time. We had the rollout stop. He rolled out. We cut off any kind of running move on him, and he was forced to throw to the back of the end zone.
Timeout is called. North Delta, 4th down and goal at the 9. 9:21 to go. North Delta 19. The Raiders 7. We're back in 30 seconds on Star 92.
Grenada State Bank will always take care of its customers.
This past April was 13 years that Grenada State Bank has been involved in the Grenada community because of the trust that this community has in Grenada State Bank. And for that, Grenada State Bank says thank you.
Personally, for me, I've worked at the bank for many years. I truly love my job.
Grenada State Bank will always be here for you.
Grenada State Bank, a branch of Cleveland State Bank. Bank on a better future with us.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 407859.
Cannon talking during the break, and a lot of reasons really to just kind of go for this here on 4th and goal for North Delta.
You're right, Greg. Their kickers missed 2 extra points. If they kick the field goal, they're still only up 2 scores. So you can make an argument they're not really any better off if they make the field goal. Whereas if you go for the touchdown and you go up 3 scores, there you go. And if you go for it and don't get it, we'll still be 90-something yards away from a touchdown, where if they kick a field goal, they're up only 2 scores, but we're liable to get it up near midfield.
And they've missed 2 extra points.
That's right, and they're going for it.
4th down and goal at the 9. Kudos to whoever's playing the music. Great selection tonight.
You got to look for something, roll it. This won't be a handoff up the middle, so this will be a rollout pass or something like that.
Gibson is under center, rolls to his left. He's got some pressure in the end zone. Batted away nicely.
Mook Prince.
You better believe it. In the end zone, Mook did the job, and it's a turnover on down.
Great coverage. The quarterback had to throw it. He was starting to get under pressure on the rollout. He was just simply not open. Mook was a step away, stuck his hand out right in front of the receiver, and knocked it down.
Well, here we go. Raiders need to score. 9:16 to go. Raiders trailing 19-7. And I'll tell you what, a great...
Right here, while you would like to score and be brisk about it, time really isn't that important. It's just most important to score right here, Greg.
Yeah, you bet, buddy.
You still have timeouts. While you want to be in somewhat of a hurry, you're not really in a 2-minute offense right here.
Well, and the onside kick possibility. So you're right, Cannon. So many reasons to just take your time.
If we do kick off, I would like to see Graham Seibel rub the ball in the dew grass before he puts the ball on the tee.
I mean, there you go. 9:16 to go in the ball game. Colbert in the shotgun. Raiders the ball at their own 9. Parker Goodson goes to the right side, maybe gets a couple of yards, and that's all. Good defensive pressure there, getting the play to the outside. Martin Wolf, the linebacker.
The only good thing for Kirk that point was he got out of bounds on the 2-yard gain.
Yep, stop that clock. 9:07 to go in the ball game. 19-7 in favor of North Delta.
That play, Greg, they had 2 defenders over there. We had 2 receivers blocking, but just can't sustain receiver blocks that long.
And again, that goes back to North Delta just being a very solid defensive team, full of athletes. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Colbert in the shotgun. And the give is going to be up the middle. Parker Goodson from the 11 to maybe the 13. That's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 7-ish for the Raiders.
Here, Greg, you're forcing us to pass in a known passing situation. 3rd and 7. I would just rather see you pass off a fake run where the defense at least may think it might be a run. But, I mean, basically what we've done is 2 handoffs and now 3rd and long and passing the ball.
Well, we'll see how things go here. Richard Flott has had some nice catches here tonight, including a 33-yard touchdown reception. Trips go to the left side. Colbert again in the shotgun. Raiders go left to right on your radio dial. Colbert has the ball at the 5, zips it long, got a man, run, caught it, dropped it at the 47, had it for a moment, and it was, looked from here like it was right in his hands, and that went in the air. 45, 50 yards, and it was right on the money.
Greg, wow. Yeah, I don't know what to add other than what you said. The receiver turned in. The ball hung in there. He turned back out. It was right there. The defender was 2 steps behind him. If he catches it, he probably has a touchdown. Hard to say if he stumbles, catches, he gets tackled. Hit him right in the hands, over the shoulder. Now here, I guess we're having faith in our defense again.
Well, but, you know, if you go for it at your own 10 or 12, 13-yard line, that's all but totally, you would think, giving the game to them. Instead, we punt the ball. It's going to take a little bit of a Raider bounce, go down inside the 45 to the 43 of North Delta.
Here's the problem. If you think it from a strategy standpoint, if we're going to punt on 4th down, then you don't wait till 3rd down to make the long throw up downfield, because you're putting pressure on. You have to make a catch. If you wait till 3rd down, we've moved the ball passing. We have not really moved the ball running since the very first series. So it seems to me if you can't put it all on one pass. In other words, we complete a pass, it's a 1st down. If we don't complete a pass, we're just going to punt. If that's your strategy, then you should pass every play, because then you give yourself 3 chances to catch a 10-yard pass instead of 1 play.
Well, I think, too, the other thing with that potential reception with Wren, I'll tell you after this play, I formation, Gibson again is under center, and whistles and flags come a-flying.
Now, the referee's signaling offsides, but he pointed against the offense, so I guess that'd be illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure. Now, the ball was in the air 50 yards, and so maybe the judging the ball coming down could be trickier. But on Wren's reception possibility, the other side of it is mentally sometimes the easier the situation, the harder it is, to have it actually work out. Sometimes you're thinking, man, is it really this easy? And by the time you're done thinking that, the ball hits the ground. It happens on potential pick sixes all the time. Right now, though, it is North Delta with 1st and 15 with 8:09 left to go in this one. Leading at 19-7. Gibson is under center in that I formation. Again, North Delta moving right to left on your dial. The give is up the middle, and Alderson hits a would-be tackler, spins ahead, and gets 4 total yards. It's going to bring up now 2nd and 11.
Walker Staten hit him hard and knocked him sideways to go down. The penalty has certainly helped try to hold them here because you think in the last series we blew up 2 straight running plays and forced them to pass for 2 plays. This is the 3rd straight running play they gained 3 yards or less because they've lost 1 yard, gained 2 yards, and then gained 3 yards here. So, at least 3 straight running plays, our run defense has held up.
Absolutely. Starting with the defensive lineman up front.
Man moved early, and there's the flag finally.
Yep. Gibson was rolling to his left, and they blew the whistles, so there you go. Good call, Cannon.
Their end on this side facing our sidelines clearly moved half a count early.
Well, I'll tell you what, 7:25 left here in the ball game, 19-7 in favor of North Delta. Now it's going to bring up 2nd and 16. We just have to stop them here. It's that simple.
This is the interesting factor of high school football versus NFL, Greg. High school, these are not professionals. And even a team winning, there's a big chance you shoot yourself in the foot. And we've seen that on 2 out of 3 snaps. North Delta has basically shot themselves in the foot and taken penalties. So even though they're clearly beating us, since we're not facing professionals here, there is always a chance somebody's going to mess up and do something wrong.
Very well said. Right now it's 2nd and 16. Clock runs, 7:10 to go in the ball game. Pitch to G going to the right. Eludes one man, but that's all. Down he goes.
Greg, Cashaw first blew it up, slowed him up, but he was just too quick for Cashaw to do anything other than slow up, but Luke Beisel was sitting there to wrap him up and take him back for another loss. So this is 4 straight running plays. Unfortunately, we wait till the 4th quarter for the run defense to show up. That's 4 straight running plays. So they've really, if you think about it, in their last 8 plays, Greg, they have run 4 running plays for no gain, 2 penalties, and 2 incomplete passes. So our defense is risen up 8 straight plays. Now we're facing a huge play here.
You bet. Hey, was that North Delta that called the timeout? I believe it was, yes. Hey, 6:37 to go in the game. We're going to keep it right here because the teams started walking off or going into their huddles while we were talking, so we don't want to miss any of the action.
Here, Greg, they're going to put pressure on you. I assume their previous passing plays, the quarterback rolls out, and since he is always a threat to run, you got to shut that off, but then you also can't sell out on the run if you're guarding a receiver, obviously. So here, the only thing, if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm telling them also is if you're back there on the quarterback and he gets the pass off, do not hit the quarterback late. We don't need at 3rd and 18 maybe.
Yep, 19.
3rd and 19. You don't want to give a personal foul automatic first down. It's just like, so you just point that out to kids. Now if he's got the ball, you're not laying off. You're getting back there fast and hard. But if you see him throw it, don't be macho and see how hard you can hit a quarterback.
Exactly. Yep, you're right, buddy. Not the time to do that.
Because I really don't think they're in 4-down territory here. Maybe if they get it to 4th and a foot. But other than that, so we just need to stop on this one play and force the punt.
Well, yeah, especially with 6:37 to go. There's no way they're going to give the Raiders a short field potentially by going for it on 4th. They're going to make us work for the amount of yardage, the most amount that we need to.
You would think.
Yeah, allegedly. That's right. Hey, I'll tell you what, great. Haven't done a game in 3 or 4 years. It's great to get up here and scratch the itch. Cannon, great working with you.
Well, thank you, Greg, for saying that. I'm enjoying myself tonight, other than the score of the game.
Hey, but we're still in this thing. Just need a few key things to go our way, and we'll see what happens here. Right. 3rd and 19, the moment of truth. Ryan Gibson is under center. It's going to be a give to the left. And it's G, and not much there. He gets to the 45. It almost looks like North Delta now is playing not to lose instead of playing to put us
that's
away.
Right. That was it wasn't a handoff up the middle, so there is potential for him to break a play, but it was just simply a handoff to the receiver on the routine sweep. We stood him up. He got 1 yard. He got 1 yard gain. We were all there waiting for him. So they're going to run the clock down, punt, and try to keep us from scoring twice.
Well, 6:05 to go in the ball game. It's Wren going back to return the kick. North Delta's Ryan Gibson will not only be the quarterback, he's the punter, standing back at his own 25-yard line. Wren standing back at the Kirk 30. And let's see if Wren gets a chance. He's going to fair catch it. The ball drops at about the 32 and takes a North Delta bounce all the way down to about the 22-yard line of Kirk. And it looked like there was potential room to run.
I didn't like the fair catch and not catching it. I didn't like the fair catch. It looked to me like there was room to catch it and try to get 10 to 15 yards.
So right now,
plus Wren would be in the open field, which is where he needs to be running the ball. If he caught that punt, he would be in the open field. So, yeah, unfortunately, some time ran off the clock. It rolled 10 yards the wrong way.
Yeah, just a lot of things on that sequence that were not the world's best for the Raiders. But, hey, 5:45 to go. Still need 2 scores here to.
Of course, for all we know, maybe A.J.'s confidence is a little bit shook after dropping the 40-something yard bomb.
Oh, man, that I feel so bad, too, for him because I think when you watch it, it was, unless it was something I didn't see, it looked like it hit him right in stride. But it was, again, in the air, 50 or so yards. Right now, Colbert is in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Colbert back at about the 13, zips it to the right, and it's picked off at midfield. And really, that was thrown, looked right at Lewis Smith.
There was a problem several ways there. Wren quit running on the ball and just basically stopped and turned around and looked, and unfortunately the ball was already thrown to where they thought he was going. It was still overthrown a little, but it looked even worse overthrown because your receiver stopped. And in addition, we missed the play. We ran 3 receivers deep. North Delta had all their defenders deep. If one had just stopped at the 10 yards downfield and turned around, would have been completely wide open.
Well, as it stands, Raiders now and basically in search of a turnover with, 5:38 to go and a 19-7 North Delta lead. Green wave ball at midfield, moving right to left. Gibson's going to get the ball to Barton to the right. He's inside the 45-40. Now the yards come in chunks inside the 35 to the 33. North Delta's fans wanting a late hit, it would appear. Don't think
it's hard. It's hard. I mean, he hit him, but they're over.
Hey, that's the loudest.
Their fans are yelling, but I don't see their coaches yelling, who have a much better view than anybody. Their coaches are standing right there. I don't see them yelling for a flag. It's hard to tell from up here.
It really is on the far end of the field. Cannon, that's the loudest I think I've heard their crowd.
You're right. That's
including the touchdowns. Hey, the ball is at the 34 now of Kirk after that long 16-yard run. 5:31 to go here in the ball game. North Delta leading it 19-7. Ryan Gibson, the quarterback, going to hand it off to the left side. Whistles again. They're going to stop the play. Is that 5 more on?
Should be.
Yep. North Delta.
In addition, we had the play blown up. He wasn't going anywhere on the running play.
Nope. But hey, we'll take the 5 yards.
Although he's not signaling back, so they're talking about something.
Well, let's see.
Unless it's an unusual penalty. It's pre-snap. But I'm saying, what I point out is weird is usually if it's just simple illegal procedure, the referee signals to the other one, the hand signal, and no one. But he actually went back there and debated, like they were sitting there talking it over, like.
And then they did do the illegal procedure.
Right.
Finally.
So it's unclear why you wouldn't just say illegal procedure.
So now it's 1st and 15, 5:29 to go here in your ball game. North Delta with that 19-7 lead in their road white jerseys. Looking to run some clock. Really don't need to score, just run some clock is what North Delta's wanting to do. And the give is to the right side, and it's Barton. He slips and falls on the tackle made by the Dew, and that is a gain or a loss of 1.
That's at least 3 tackles. Dew is going to get credit for it tonight, Greg. While we had defenders in the area, they didn't have to make a tackle as he planted his foot and simply slipped.
No doubt. Can you see the box score talking about, Beisel with 4 tackles, Staten with 3 tackles, Dew with 3 in the newspaper? technically it.
We would get, well, I guess you just give credit Mother Nature. Three tackles.
That's right. Hey, 2nd down and 16. That clock runs, 4:50 to go. Gibson's going to roll back. He's going to heave it left. Got a man open, and it's incomplete at the 15.
Wow.
That could have and should have probably been caught.
Wow. I guess they have a receiver that wants to drop it like we do. He was behind the defensive back, was sitting right there. I mean, he had to take a little step. Didn't hit him in the chest, but it hit him in the hands, and he dropped it for us.
J.B. Burnett, a senior.
Also stopped the clock, Greg.
Hey, double play in baseball terminology. Ball at the 40-yard line of Kirk, 3rd and 16 with 4:45 to go. Again, that clock keeps dwindling down, Cannon, but the key is just to get the ball back again. Gibson under center. One running back in the backfield is Alderson. He's going to get that carry, eludes the initial tackler, goes from the 40 to about the 35, straight up the middle, and
4th and long now, Greg.
4th and long, and let's see here. The whistles blow, so let's see. We may be calling a timeout to get that clock stopped or something. They'd stop the clock.
I don't see. You know, I'm also surprised, even while we're later in the year.
Now they just started the clock again. Why did it stop?
Home cooking on the.
I mean, just making sure. I don't know.
One thing I was pointing out, though, while we're later in the year and it's normally cold, with it as hot and as humid, I'm surprised we hadn't had a mandatory water break tonight. Since it's a high school sport, you know, you're always worried about the health of high schoolers, and we've had water breaks up until this point, even when it was cooler.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's a nice breeze. Thank you, Mother Nature, right there. Hey, 4th down, and we're calling it 12. Ryan Gibson under center, and timeout is called, North Delta. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds, 4:19 to go in the game. 4th down for North Delta. They lead 19-7, and we're back in 30 on Star 92.
Jessica, what kind of good interest rate we have going on?
Oh, we have some serious 0% for 72 months right here at Kirk Auto.
Mo Kirk here at Kirk Auto Company. We got some new great deals. Come check them out. Get 0% financing for 72 months on 2020 F-150 XLTs or $5,000 off MSRP.
2020 Ford Fusion for 0% for 72 months, along with a $1,000 cash rebate.
Come see me and we'll get you a good deal.
Kirk Auto Company in Grenada. Kirk can.
Well, this is a big defensive play for the Raiders here. 19-7, we trail. It's 4th down and about 12 yards. The ball is at the 36 or so. They need to get down to the 24 of Kirk. And again, Cannon, time is the enemy here.
They're punting here, Greg.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Which is the smart thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Squib it down, make us go an extra 20 yards.
Yep. But now Gibson is also, that's what they're going to do. He's also the quarterback, and that punt is, oh my, couldn't have worked out much better for North Delta. It bounces and stops right about the 11-yard line of Kirk. So now with 4:14 to go, we need 2 scores, but just the key is to just concentrate on getting one, worry about the onside kick after that.
You're right. It's just the key is just simply score.
Yep. 19-7, North Delta with the lead. Kirk's still in their sideline huddle.
You know, with this being high school and not the NFL, the clock stops at 1st down. So while it would be nice you just throw one 50-yard pass play, you score, and that's it. You can easily, at this level, just like in college, you can work your way down the field on 10, 11-yard, 12-yard passes, just one right after another.
Exactly. I mean, we wouldn't object to a 90-yarder either. It's like Happy Gilmore. I'll just get the ball in the hole on the first try every time now. It's so much easier. Hey, Kirk.
They're keeping a safety up high above Mook on the top.
Colbert again in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right. Colbert is back. He fires it to the right. Incomplete. It looked like Jack Boone was the intended receiver, but it was over his head.
Now, that pass play, Greg, I've been critical of our pass routes earlier. That one was a good design play. We had receivers spread. We had 4 receivers spread all throughout the field, so they couldn't cluster 2 defenders on any one receiver. And the reason that's important is if you do complete a pass and you break one single tackle, because everyone's spread out, there's a good chance for you to go a long way. When everybody's clustered, it's harder to catch it, and even if you catch it and break a tackle, there's more defenders sitting there ready to tackle you.
In traffic, you bet. Colbert is going back again. He fires it over the middle, and it bounces right in front of Flott. at about the 20, 21-yard line. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they are putting 2 receivers. Moot Prince, our hero from last week that caught all the passes, they are basically double covering him that time. He's out by himself, and they're running 2 defenders. They're playing man, it looks like, on the outside receivers. They're dropping the linebackers back into a deep zone about 10, 12 yards downfield, and then they're putting 2 people on Prince.
And as it stands...
So the key, if you recognize that, listeners, since they're dropping their linebackers 12 yards downfield, the key is to throw a pass under them, not into them at 12 yards, but under them.
Colbert in shotgun again, trips to the right, and Colbert pump fakes over the middle, got a man, Flott dropped it a little behind him at the 21, but I think probably a catch he'll tell you he could have made.
Greg, yes, the pass was behind him, but you understand Colbert just dodged a defender flying by his head. There's simply, you dodge one, there's another coming, see the red jersey, throw it. It hit him in the hands. It was behind him, but it hit him in the hands right there about, 12, 13 yards downfield, so it hit him in the hands.
And that's what I'm saying. Colbert pump faked and then eluded a guy, so.
I guess with 4 minutes to go, we're going to punt and play defense again.
4th down and 10 at our own 10.
I don't know why you don't simply play defense from here. Go for it. Well,
watch this. There's going to be some trickery. Now Colbert in the shotgun. The entire 6 players.
And another delay of game.
Move to the left. I think maybe timeout called by North Delta.
No, they're calling delay of game. Because 4th and 10 isn't hard enough. Let's drop back to 4th and 15.
So now it's maybe going to put the ball at the 5. That looked like a potential trick play. The problem is that doggone clock at 4 minutes. That's going to be one of our bigger enemies.
Greg, it's fortunate I'm on the radio tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, 4th and 15.
Because I'm tempted to turn the mic off.
Man, 4th and 15.
And yell something.
Ball is at the 5. Colbert over the middle, long, got a man, incomplete. Our guy tripped, no flag.
Well, fortunately for North Delta, he dropped the ball. You realize if he intercepts it, it would have been like a punt.
Yes, good point. Good point. That was 4th, so you're right.
I don't know that he dropped it on purpose because he was in traffic and he was falling over our receiver on the ground, bobbling the ball. But it worked out to North Delta's benefit that he dropped the ball.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. That would have been a 30-yard punt.
Because now you can't even hold them to 10 yards to get the ball back because it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Yeah, something like that. You bet. The 7, yeah. So now with 3:55 to go, it will be interesting here to see North Delta. You figure they're just going to do their running plays that they're so good at. But, again, 3 plays chews up a couple minutes.
Well, it's 4 handoffs up the middle is likely to score here, Greg.
Oh, exactly.
From the 7.
But on top of that, the clock keeps going, too. Pitch play goes to the left side. Barton.
Bad pitch, Greg, but he still handled it good.
You bet. Lost about 3. And, that's the one.
For our listeners, he pitched it and did not pitch it out far enough. The running back had to reach way behind him, stop, catch the ball, and by then he couldn't go anywhere. But, it would have been nice if it had been another few inches behind him.
Oh, man, would it have ever. But instead, it is now 2nd and goal at the 10. 3:27 to go here in your ball game. The clock runs. North Delta leading 19-7. It's looking like a North Delta victory here this evening. Raider defense, so got to keep playing hard all the way. See if we can't get a turnover here. Gibson.
The quarterback's having to go back and tell the running back something, although you think it'd be just a handoff.
Yep, Alderson, the running back. It is just a handoff. He's tripped up at the 10.
Play by Peyton Mitchell, who's way undersized for defensive lineman, but it does have quickness on his size. It looked like he shot a gap, took out the running back's feet, and stopped him for another small loss.
Yeah, Mitchell, the junior, nice job.
They started 1st and goal from the 7. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
And that clock running, 2:40 to go. And again, Cannon mentioned 3rd and goal at the 10. North Delta up by 12 with the ball at the Raider 10. The Raiders, perhaps some things to work on before the playoffs, but really have hung tough tonight against a North Delta team that I'm sure not a lot of teams have stopped this year. They're 7-2. And Gibson's going to roll to his right, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
That was Luke Beisel caught off, fistful of jersey, and slung him around. Fortunately, slung him forward instead of jerked him back, so it's not horse collar to grab him around the collar and then sling him off to the side. So another loss. You know, to be honest, Greg, I've said it before, but if you go back, that's 3 series in a row.
Yep.
They have not been able to run the ball on us. Down near the goal line where they turned it over in downs, back when we forced a punt, and then this one they started off 1st and goal from the 7, and now it's 4th and goal from the 10.
And I want to mention Kirk did call a timeout, so with 2:13 to go here in the ball game, we're going to keep it right here.
So unfortunately, our defense struggled for 3 quarters. But for and you can argue, say, well, maybe North Delta's gone into a shell. No, they are calling the same plays that's been running over us for 3 quarters, but we've basically stepped up and stopped any kind of positive gain the last 3 series.
Is it in reverse? Are we wearing them down? I mean, I don't know. Because usually the plays get bigger when the offensive line's bigger throughout the course of the game. But you're right, Cannon. We're actually...
Well, we're also now, one thing to stay that, certainly Cashaw's in every play, but we are subbing in different people at the other defensive line spots. So that may have something to, so while you can argue they're wearing us down, we're also running in subs. So.
Exactly, which is nice job there by the coaching staff of keeping fresh bodies in there. Right now, another big play.
Right now, their playbook is open. If you got to worry because they could just simply run it up the middle and play defense, but their power back's strong enough to carry it in from the 10. Quarterback rolling out, quarterback throwing, quarterback just running it by rolling out.
We'll see what happens. 4th and goal at the 10 for North Delta. Gibson is under center.
Still body left.
Yep, no running back. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to be tackled at the 10. Raiders going to get the ball back.
That was A.J. Wren, I believe. It's hard to read the jersey number. Yeah, Wren came flying up and took his feet out from under him. So that was straight up student body left. They put all the blockers to the left, no backs. Quarterback took the snap and sprinted straight for the left sideline.
And we stopped him.
And we stopped it.
Love it. So now the Raiders, though, still in need of some instant offense, down 19-7 with the ball at their own 10. And again, down the 2 scores.
Well, as we keep repeating ourselves, but really, it's all about just score once.
Yep.
You can't score twice until you score once, Greg. It's all in step fashion, so we just need to score.
Why don't we just score the second time first, and then that way it'll be easier to get the first? No, I know what you mean. Yeah, the key is just score and get in position to score. Colbert in shotgun. Flips a pass to the left, got his man.
Get out of bounds.
Short pass to the 15, eludes a man to the 20, and then out of bounds, up first down.
Woo, big breaking of a tackle by Jack Boone. He caught about a 5 to 6 yard out. Could have gone out of bounds, cut back in, broke a tackle, and then got a first down and got out of bounds. So the two big victories there, first down and out of bounds.
And 7 seconds.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can go downfield on 10-yard passes. You only take 7 seconds off every 10 yards you go.
Absolutely right. Colbert again in shotgun, trips to the right. One running back to his left. Now Colbert back. He's going to zip a screen pass to Wren at the 20. Goes to the right side to the 25, near the 30 to the 32. Out of bounds. Close to another first down, and again out of bounds.
Good, but you're right. That was for our listeners, that was basically a screen to the running back out to the side. They're playing so far back. He didn't have a threat to carry it all the way, but they gave him basically 7-8 yards. He broke 1 tackle, stepped out of bounds after a first down.
Cannon, they gave it to us. We took it. There you go. 1st and 10, Raiders. The ball at our own 33, minute 55 to go. This has all happened in 15 seconds of game clock. Colbert back at his 23, flips another pass. This one over the middle, and he's got his man to about the 35-yard line. That's only going to be a gain of 2 or so. The clock stops, and is that Wren?
No, that was Parker Goodson.
Okay, that was Parker. I beg your pardon.
That's the play. I would have just liked to see the quarterback throw it away. Or he wasn't under pressure. Wait till further on because we're losing so much time.
Yeah, minute 30 to go. Minute and a half to go. Colbert in the shotgun. Trips to the right. Hathcock now back at the 27. Sees some pressure. Zips it across the middle. Incomplete at midfield. Again, he saw some pressure, and he was hit as he threw.
Right, Greg. While the ball hit the ground right in front of the receiver, 15 yards downfield, Colbert had somebody. He'd already stepped out of the pocket to avoid one rush, and the other rusher was hitting him as he threw it. So,
Clay Taylor coming in.
All right, the clock is stopped, though, so we have time for our receivers to catch their breath. Because you got to understand, listeners, every one of these big passing plays where we're running prints 20, 30 yards downfield every single play, you get out of breath.
Oh, you better believe it. Three receivers, trips to the right. Hathcock in the shotgun. Goes back to the 26, over the middle, incomplete. Flott had it at midfield in his hands, and that was one he'll want back.
13 yards downfield, not only wide open, crossing midfield, had left the defender way behind. If he catches it, it's hard to say, 10 more yards, whatever, but hit him. It was a perfect thrown ball, perfect thrown ball.
And again, I think the biggest enemy of something like that is the easier it is, the bigger that ball looks, then sometimes the harder it is mentally.
Fourth down here, Greg.
4th and 7.
To get it.
You bet. Hathcock goes back, a little screen to the right. It is going to be Taylor. He cuts back into the 40. Great effort, but he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy.
Right. I thought he actually stepped out right after he caught it when he was trying to make a move sideline, but he held short of the first down.
Well, and it looks like North Delta now, depending on how many timeouts the Raiders have, will just be able to kneel on this thing. And we'll go ahead, Melissa, just to let you know, we'll take another 2-minute break after the ball game and then come on back and wrap things up on the postgame show. So minute 11 left, and Kirk will lose this one here, but it was a hard-fought game, just a few things here and there. And this thing, not saying Kirk could have won, but maybe just would have shifted it in a different direction.
Well, I would have liked to seen with the results or how well our defense played in the fourth quarter against the run. You would have liked to see that earlier in the game when they were kind of running over us at will.
Yeah, and again late in the game, great adjustments, coaches, great execution by the players for the Raiders, but unfortunately the damage was done at halftime. Now North Delta will just kneel down here, 1:09 to go. The clock will keep running. Maybe they'll have to kneel one more time. Congratulations to North Delta. 8-2, they'll improve to. Raiders still going to make the playoffs. They do drop to 3-6. Looks like one more kneel, perhaps. It looks like quarterback Gibson waiting, though. Probably going to take his time on the play clock, obviously. North Delta fans happy across the way. The next kneel is there with 35 seconds to go. I believe that's going to be your ball game. So, final score as the teams begin to shake hands. North Delta 19, the Kirk Raiders 7. Coach got a water shower there as well. District champs North Delta. So Raiders again fall to 3-6. Some bright spots tonight for Kirk. Notably, as Cannon mentioned, the run defense in the fourth quarter. But doggone it, the damage was done early on. Nice touchdown pass as well to Flott.
Well, you say that, but to be honest, if we could have scored, since we held them their last several possessions, if we could actually have scored, so you say defense finally stepped up, but the offense, unfortunately, didn't produce other than the one score, because I would, with the way our defense started playing, we had a full quarter to try to score, and we just simply couldn't score in the fourth quarter. We scored, if you remember, right before at the end of third quarter.
Yep.
Or sometime in the third quarter.
Yep, the 33-yard touchdown to Flott. Final score, North Delta 19, the Kirk Raiders 7. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout and come back and wrap things up here in Grenada right after this. Again, 19-7, North Delta wins it, and you're listening to Kirk Raider football on Star 92.
We, as Farm Bureau agents, not only sell the company for Farm Bureau, but we sell ourselves. And your insurance is only as good as your agent. And if you've got someone that you know is there and available 24/7, you've got their cell phone number, you can call them with any question at any time. And we have a local Farm Bureau here in Grenada, but then our state is all just in the state of Mississippi. We're right here with you at home, too. I am Marianne Bell with Farm Bureau Insurance in Grenada, Mississippi, and we are the home team.
This is Gene Bell with Renaissance Bank. In unprecedented times, you need a...
Ready to get your money moving? Zelle is a fast, safe, and easy way to send money in minutes to friends, family, and others you trust, and it's now available in the Guarantee Bank mobile app. Enroll today and get your money moving. Guarantee Bank together with Zelle. Transactions typically occur in minutes when the recipient's email address or U.S. mobile number is already enrolled with Zelle. Mobile carrier fees may apply. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, FDIC.
Very genuine, and we believe.
Grenada State Bank will always take care of its customers.
This past April was 13 years that Grenada State Bank has been involved in the Grenada community because of the trust that this community has in Grenada State Bank. And for that, Grenada State Bank says thank you.
Personally, for me, I've worked at the bank for many years. I truly love my job.
Grenada State Bank will always be here for you.
Grenada State Bank, a branch of Cleveland State Bank. Bank on a better future with us.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 407859.
But there's one of those South districts that they got 3 teams that are.
Here at Winona Tractor, you can pay with one of the 3 C's: cash, quarters, or credit card. We've got the all-new Kubota MX 5400 cab tractor. Haul with it, you can rake with it, you can do your food plots with it.
What about this little Kubota unit right here?
Yeah, and folks, don't forget, like Robbie said, we can build a variety of package deals here at Winona Tractor. If you'll buy this one, I'll even throw Robbie in.
Folks, when you think tractor, think Winona Tractor and Equipment.
With Hawk Alderson, the 4-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good at 7:05 left in the first quarter. That was a drive that took about the first 5 minutes of the first quarter before the Raiders even touched the football. Made it 7-0 North Delta. Then Drake Barton had a 10-yard touchdown run the very last play of the first quarter. Extra point no good. North Delta led it 13-0. Then Drake Barton had a 26-yard touchdown reception. The extra point again no good. And with 5:04 left in the third, it was a lead of 19-0 for North Delta. But then the Raiders' offense showed some life. They had some nice plays as they moved down the field, and the drive culminated with a 33-yard touchdown pass. Hathcock to Flott. Nice catch at about the 6 or 7 yard line. Then Flott back into the end zone. Individual moves there by Flott got the score to 19-7 after the extra point was good. That was in the third quarter. And again, as Cannon mentioned, the fourth quarter, the run defense was great for Kirk, but the offense couldn't quite answer the bell. And the final score, 19-7 in favor of North Delta. So again, district champs North Delta. The Raiders dropped to 3-6. Again, some things to work on, but some bright spots tonight for the Raiders.
Well, Greg, my thoughts after the game, of our 6 losses this year, now one was just simply we were completely outmatched against Heritage. Didn't matter. We got whipped every quarter. But the other 5 losses, we laid eggs in the first half on all 5 games. Now, I think that tonight we outscored North Delta in the second half.
We did. It was 7-6.
We outplayed and outscored Pilla in the second half. Matched Winona in the second half. Carroll, we spotted the huge lead in the second quarter. Played pretty I won't say we outplayed them in the second half, but we were close in the second half after spotting them a huge lead. Lee, who we should have beat, we basically played even in the second half. We played horrible in the first half and should have had a huge lead and didn't. So, as I think back, our problem, I don't know, we certainly seem to make adjustments at halftime, which is what you want your coaching staff to do. But at some point, you also want to come out the first half and not dig yourself such a hole that you're having to sort of brag, well, at least the second half we outplayed the other team.
Well, and that's part of building a program and continuing to see a program grow. And bottom line is we made the playoffs. We'll see who we're going to play, probably by, the end of the weekend?
Yeah, I would think so, after all the scores are reported.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what, Cannon. Chip Graham will be back next week. But, man, it was a pleasure working with you tonight, my friend.
All right. I enjoyed it, Greg.
All right. Thank you. So did I. He's Cannon Beisel. I'm Greg Slotsky. Melissa, great job as a studio engineer, as always. And, again, final score, North Delta 19, the Kirk Raiders 7. Greg Slotsky saying good night from Kirk Academy. So long.
Okie doke.